Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday, everyone. How's it going?
Wait, I have a confession to make first before we start. Charlie Welch, I'm sorry. It wasn't me that called you. It was my butt. I literally sat on my phone and my ass called you.
Butts do their thing.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Yeah, anyway.
Don't you
Hmm.
lock your phone?
It does lock automatically, but apparently it didn't when I set it down. Well, because like we were texting, because Charlie and I, everybody knows Charlie and I are friends. So I was texting back. I hope he's not embarrassed that I'm saying this. So we were talking about something. It did. I was getting ready for the show, so I put my phone down next to me, and apparently it didn't lock before it slid under my butt. My butt decided to have a conversation with
Your butt wasn't done with him.
Charlie. That sounds so bad. I'm gonna be in trouble the way that sounds. Like I'm gonna be in big trouble. But it's innocent. I claim innocence. Like I don't even know what my butt and Charlie talked about because I heard nothing. Ask me a question. Lovely play on words there, Charles. I hope you're having a good chuckle over this. But I figured since you put it right there in the chat, I could talk about it. So there you go. Those are the rules, by the way, people, when it comes to YouTube. When it comes to YouTube, if you put it in the chat, it's fair game. It's fair game. Like, the host, right? Don't you agree, Juju? The hosts, the panel, the creators, we're allowed to do what we want if you put it in the chat. Hello, Cat Ninja. Welcome. Hey, Mallory, my boop queen. Boop, boop. You did click in at an interesting time. Mm-hmm. Yes, apparently my butt and Charlie had a conversation that I know nothing about. I can't. I wouldn't try to type right now. I'm laughing too hard. Too hard.
I know.
But
I
anyway,
just bashed on the keyboard and was like, I quit.
yeah.
I give
hmm
up.
That's it. Like, so welcome everybody, Fish Nerd and Mousy and Grace and April and of course Charlie. In in
How is
Mallory
everyone? How was your
and
week?
Cat Ninja. Good to see you. Hey, hey. Hmm. Are you going? Oh, am I gonna wait a minute? Where's this? Wait, I gotta put this one up. Help me interpret this one. Okay. So you're gonna hire an investigator to check out Charlie's phone or your butt? Hmm. Hmm. I don't know. Hey, Commander. Welcome.
I mean, it feels like
Ah,
that investigation is open and closed.
it is open and closed. I have a butt in Charlie is Charlie. That's all you need to know. That's it. Investigation over, right? I did say fair
Conclusion,
game.
I have a butt, and Charlie is Charlie.
Well, isn't that a fine conclusion? I mean, it's absolutely accurate. It is investigation, par none. Like, yeah, like none. Absolutely no investigation needed. I have a butt, and Charlie's Charlie. And apparently my butt calls Charlie. And I didn't know. Hey, Sue Elliott.
Hi,
Claire
Sue.
does have a butt. Thank you, Mousy. Mousy confirmed. I do have a butt. Yes, I do. Hey, Randy. Nice to see you. Oh, yes. And my butt is cheeky, isn't it, Charlie? Well played, sir. Well played. 2 points for Charlie. He won that round. He won that round in linguistic circle jerk, whatever you call it. What do you call it when people? What do you
I've,
call it when
I've
people?
never called it linguistic circle jerk, but now I want to.
It kind of brings me to a good subject. The use of words and how we all have like weird words that we use. Like we were talking about this earlier. And
Yes, because I have been influenced and picking up some of your lingo slash
mm,
Wreckers lingo.
yeah, my European, my Jersey pean, which is like Jersey European, and his Kiwi. Yeah. And it happens. Like, yeah, you want to tell them what words you use? That was kind of cool.
If you guys go to Wrecker's stream at night, he says the word janky on a regular bit. I was going to say regular regular
hmm
basis. And today I used it in a conversation. and realized right after it came out of my mouth, I'm like, that's wrecker.
Yeah. So much. It, tell them now the word because it's like it's a common word, but they use it, a lot more. He uses it a lot more than I've heard anyone else use it. But go ahead.
Janky.
It sounds so cool coming off the tongue too. Janky. Like it sounds like what it is. Like janky. It's like off kilter, weird, a little offside, like not exactly right.
Well, I learned that word when I was in my, I'm going to say 20s. And I was at Mardi Gras, and someone young, late 20s, someone younger said it. And I was like, I don't understand what you're saying.
Oh.
And another person with me goes, I don't get it either. So this young person was trying to explain to us. It was like that first realization where you're an adult and don't understand slang anymore.
And you're like, oh my God, I've been out cool. Like I don't know the common lingo anymore. Like I'm not cool. I can't speak the language, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then even trying to understand the word, the young person was like, oh no, you guys, come on.
Oh, so it's like, yeah. How are we going to teach this person who's obviously maybe 4 years older than us and so out of the loop, right? Like it's not even like centuries. It's only like a couple of years, like, right? You're like, and you feel like you're from another planet. No, I get it. I totally get it. Hey, Al Capone. Like seeing you here. It's nice to see you here on a Sunday. Crazy Cats. It's good to see you too. And Commander, I just saw y'all sneaking in. And Rocket Couch, Justin. Thank you all for being here on a lovely Sunday evening. We're talking language. I would like to know in the chat, what are some of the weird words that you use that other people just kind of like look at you, or you're known for, or you're actually like known for it? And there's got to be stories, right? Like there's always going to be a story now related onto why you use the word janky, Juju, because you're going to be like, oh yeah, it's these late night music streams, on Kick when I should be sleeping. And this Jersey Bear and this Kiwi playing music and saying weird words that seep into my brain. Well, I'd say crikey a lot, and there's a story that goes behind that. It goes back to an actual tutor that I had for studies when I was younger. Yes, he was Australian. And he wasn't allowed to say it a lot at home because it was back then it was kind of a curse word. Now it's not even as bad as damn. It's just like an exclamation of like wow, but back then it was like as if we said god damn. You know how like way you couldn't say that, like you just couldn't. I couldn't even say damn in my house. Okay, but so back where he in his home, he couldn't say it. And so he came to America and he's teaching and all this other stuff. And he would say it like so much instead of that I started saying it. And he had to explain to my mom and my nan why I was saying it all the time. And he had to say it was a curse word. And it became a whole big thing. So, of course, be the petulant child that I am. I said it every chance I got. And like, it's like, it was like the first time you get to say damn and get away with it. Or a curse word. If you get to say the F word, you got away with it. And then all of a sudden you're like, okay. Let's see if I can do that again. And you do it again. You keep getting away with it.
The only thing my mom would get upset about is if we used like the Lord's name in vain. And she didn't particularly care. She just said, you could offend someone else with that.
Mm-hmm.
So she was like, try not to do that. Except for that was her favorite curse was goddamn.
That leads me to a story I want to tell you. But first, I want to say to the chat, hello, Janae. And I also want to say, yes, Mallory said a word that she uses that not many people use as often. It's the word boop. And I must agree. Boop is like synonymous with Mallory now. Boop. Yep.
You know what, Mallory? My brother has a cat named Boop. Booper.
Oh, Boop. And Fish Nerd uses bubbler. Why bubbler? What does bubbler mean, and how do you use it, Fish Nerd? Is that like a water fountain? I was thinking like a some kind of water display. Dough, yes, okay. I like describing broken things as borked. Does that count? Yes, it does. Rocket Couch,
does count,
actually.
and that's a good.
I love that word. Ooh, borked. No big story though. I just picked it up from YouTube, people, because I like the way it sounded. Kind of the same thing that that Juju and I do. We just like the
Yep.
way it sounded. It's good.
Well,
In
and
it.
you can tell when you've been hanging
Mm.
out with someone for a lot because you start to talk like them.
Well, you do. That's what happened with me. That's why I'm called Jersey Pean, because Nan being Irish with all of that background, and then my tutors were English and Australian. Heavy on the accents. Heavy on multicultural family lifestyle stuff, going back and forth. So Cat Ninja says "in it" is a word. Okay, how do you use it? And is there a story behind it? Because that's an interesting one. Damn, I use a lot of weird words. Mallory, you have a language all your own, and we love you for it. Don't ever change. Don't learn our language. Like, keep yours. I love yours. Yeah. Mm. Groovis.
Groovis.
I like that.
I like that too.
Mm. Oh, and Rocket Couch uses "oh hey." That's how I say it. Am I saying it right, Rocket Couch? Because it's like "oh hey," like he's here. Like "oh hey," like
Oh,
here
I
I
always
am.
read that as "oh hi."
Oh, it could be "oh hi." It could be "oh hey." I don't know. Don't learn. Got it. No, Mallory. I mean, don't change your language. You can learn all you want, boo. Like, we're always learning stuff in the asylum, I have to say. Mm-hmm.
Mallory, make
Yeah.
us learn your language.
Yeah. You might want to watch that short. I have Mousy.
See, Charlie says bubbler is a bong.
Is a bubbler a bong? Oh, yeah, it does make that noise. Yes, like, the brrr. I hear that a lot. Yeah.
Tomato.
Tomato. I know bubbler for irrigation and a bong. Is it irrigated bong? Is that it? I'm still waiting to hear Cat Ninja's story for "in it." Does that mean like you're in it, or in it like in like intuition or initiation,
It's like,
or
isn't it?
oh, in it, isn't it? Oh, okay. Like rightly so? Hmm.
Yeah.
Ah, isn't "in it" English? It could be. It does sound very to me. I've heard it before, but I can't recall how it was used. I also like doof or duel. I can't read what that is. Is that an L
Doof.
or an F? Doof? I
Like
like doof.
doofus.
Like doofus, like short for doofus. Like you're such a doofus. I can't even say doofus. I'm just gonna call you doof. Like, you don't even get my
Like, I don't
proper
even respect
enunciation.
you enough to say the full word.
What? Oh God. See. Hmm.
Do you have any words that are specific to like where you live, the city where you live?
I did tell this story once on YouTube. My stepsister and I, we used to name a certain look and a pair of pants that used to come visit the Jersey Shore, and they were like these white tight jeans, like, and we used to call them bazubas. I don't have any idea why, but it kind of took off. Yeah,
But only
like
in your area?
only in our area. Like in New Jersey, we have, like, I live in central New Jersey, so there's like two peoples from the north and from the south. You're either a Benny, which means over the bridge, Brooklyn, Elizabeth, Newark, all of that. Or you're a clam digger, which is south, which is like Ocean County and farther down towards Gamey in the Pine Barrens. I don't know what they call us centralists, except for maybe arrogant, because we're calling everybody bennies and clam diggers. But that's kind of, it's kind of, to the shore, like to here at Jersey Shore.
Well, where
Oh,
I live, we use the word Hoosier.
and
And
that is is that Indiana?
I
Is it
don't live in
Hoosier?
Indiana, but
Well,
typically
what's a
that's what it
Hoosier?
means.
It means somebody from Indiana, right? Yeah.
Not where I live. Like a Hoosier where I live is I guess like white trash.
Oh
Like
no.
the
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Hoosier daddy. I mean, just
Hoosier.
someone who, yeah. I mean, it's an insult, but not a nasty one, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Hoser. That's a good one.
Hoser. Hoser. Yeah, I could see hoser. It's kind of a loser who's really trying really, really hard is like a hoser. Like,
It's not
you know what I
trailer
mean?
trash grace. It's more just like what it's like a wife beater wearing beer
Mm.
drinking.
Beer drinking, belly scratching. Like that's a whole
Yeah.
thing, you know. Mm. All right, so Hoosiers are from Indiana. Yeah, I've heard that like that before. Okay.
Yeah, so I moved to another state and would use that word, and everyone goes, "How do you know they're from Indiana?"
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Newfie. Newfie is like a Newfoundler, right? Because Newfie is also a kind of dog, which are gorgeous dogs, by the way. Rocky Couchable. Yeah, Holzer and Newfie. Blue Noser, is that up north, Janae? Like I think Blue Nose, I think way up near the Canada border for American. I'm not sure. Okay.
out for a rip. We all know what that is.
Out for a rip. No, I don't. What's that?
You rip a bong.
Oh, well, I don't know because I don't, okay, I don't smoke. Like, I don't use a bong. Like, nope. So I don't know bubbler, rip, no that. Like, you know,
Yeah,
not
I don't.
even gonna try going Cockney rhyming slang on you, regional London slang. I do know Cockney in the way that that is unique accent in England, unique. The way they drop those H's. Yeah, I hear you, Cat Ninja. I hear you. Okay, but in it, I read out for a rip is a race. Janae says it's okay, Blue Noser. It's Nova Scotian after a famous racing schooner that's on our Canadian team. So Nova Scotian's very north. Yeah, okay. Here from where I am. So yeah. I've also heard go for a rip as going for a joyride. That's what I thought, Rocket Couch. Like it sounded to me like, racing, because we used to have what we call on the shore here the circuit, which was two one-way streets that kind of like went around and around in front of all of the shore area hangouts, for like a mile. And the cars would just go round and round, and that's what everybody would just pile in on the weekend and look at all the tourists, make fun of them.
And you called it going for a rip?
No, it's like going for a rip is like a joyride though. But we used to have a circuit. Like we used to call it a circuit, like because it was like just one path that you went on, like the
One
whole time.
loop.
One big loop.
And then did you stop in parking lots and let's see who's in McDonald's parking lot?
Trunk parties, yes. We would there would be like, everybody piles in a whole bunch of different cars and shows up someplace and you get something to eat and then you all hang out in the parking lot talking because there wasn't really any place you could go that was reasonable, didn't cost a lot of money that everybody could hang out, you know. And mostly if you live on the shore and you're a local, you really don't like summertime as much because of the crowds. Like you can't get into the restaurants, you can't get into anything, because everything's just so overcrowded. Like
Yeah, that would be irritating.
everything's elbow to elbow. So like for locals, it kind of shuts down from Memorial Day to Labor Day. Like we have the beaches before and after. Like nobody goes to the regular places and everything like that. Then we actually have closing parties for the end of the season in all the big popular
You're like,
bars.
they're out of here.
Yes, bye bye, Benny. Yes, it is. And like, they do the drinks like 2 for 1, or they have big specials and all for the locals to come back because they want to stay open all year. Hey, Shill, good to see you.
We called that cruise.
Mm.
What's your favorite word, Claire? Do you have a favorite word?
I don't know. I don't know about a favorite word. I love words in general. I would be curious as to what word people say, what people would think I say the most. I think it's boo. I think you overuse that word with like everybody.
You do use boo a lot.
I do use boo a lot. It's hard to tell who my boo actually is because I have so many. Because boo to me is like a fond term. Yeah, yeah, I agree, Charlie. You and I, like, we love words, right? Like, I think when Charlie and I first met, we bonded over the use of words. I think that's what it is. Our friendship started. But And Rocket Couch says like oh hey. It's just like oh hey. It's like a way of saying hi, like to everybody, like oh hi, like you said it, or oh hey, like I said it. If you say hey or hi when you come into a room, it's kind of like the same.
Then he said the word moist, and I have no problem with the word moist.
I have no problem. I don't use that word too much, but I have no problem with it. And if somebody says they have a problem with it, I might be that asshole that'll throw it into a conversation a little more often just to see what they do.
Do you know I looked up why people don't like that word? Did I
Why don't
send
they
you
like
that
that
article?
word? Did you
Um,
know? But we should. I should talk about it next week on What the F. I think we should have a major conversation about it. Yes.
it's because it's sexual. It implies sex, so it's makes people uncomfortable.
I'm sorry. I wash my face with a moist washcloth, and it's not sexual when I wash my face. Okay. Uh, listen,
Right.
you need
I enjoy moist cake or moist turkey.
exactly, and I don't want no dry muffins. Give me moist muffins, okay? Now make that into something sexual. Go ahead, because I know y'all just did. I know you all just did.
Yeah, because I kept hearing people. The first time I heard that moist was a hated word was on the show Dead Like Me. And I'd never heard that before. And then I started
Oh,
noticing people going, oh, I hate that word, and like cringing. And
oh,
finally, just a few months ago, I was like, I have to figure out why people don't like this. And it's because it makes them uncomfortable. It implies like sex,
I don't know.
which
Moist
I don't
doesn't.
get at all from moist. I'm like,
Well,
really?
you would prefer your woman to be moist if you're having sex. I agree. But it's very one way. I think they're being very limited in how they look at the language. I think they have issues, you know.
Well, I would
But
think that you probably grew up pretty darn conservative.
me, no, not at all. I would
No,
think they
not
did.
you. I
Yeah.
mean, if you don't like the word moist, I would say that
hmm
you were probably
I
in
would
a.
say. I would say if any word makes you think sex, you are oppressed in some manner, and you need to like. If any single word is giving you these kind of thoughts, you're having these kind of thoughts a little too often anyway, and you really need to do something about it. That's what I think. Well, Charlie says he hates it if a woman in his life calls him babe or baby. It makes me puke a little and I have to swallow it. I'm sorry. You know what? I do that. I should actually ask. I never thought to ask if it was offensive.
I don't really
You're
like it
making me
either,
think.
Charlie, but
You're,
opposite
you're
direction. If a
making me
man does
think,
it to me,
Charlie. I don't mind if a single man, like the man, like when I say the man in my life, you know what I mean, right? Like your
yeah.
your person. I don't mind if that person calls me babe, but hell to the warning to anybody else that tries to call me babe like that. It's kind of like honey. I get a little yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
I don't
trigger.
like any of those particularly.
Mhm.
Like babe or baby does set me off. Baby's so like it just makes you feel like a child.
It does, but in a way, when it's like your person, it's kind of a I don't know. I guess it's from, how it was used when I was younger and all. It's actually I don't know. It's a soft thing. It's like a you're mine, I'm yours kind of thing. I don't know. Like that's my baby. You know all the old rock songs, you know, like
Yeah.
that. There goes my baby, you know. But mm,
Maybe one person can ruin it for you.
true. Talk about like if you're in the business industry, like I was, you walk
Oh,
in, try to do a proposal, and it was like, "That's a great speech, babe."
yes. Very much so.
I'm like, "Sit yourself down, take notes, MF." Like, I'm not done
Right.
about that.
Oh,
About
the
that.
one that always hacked me off was when they would call us girls in the office.
Oh, don't call me the girl in the office. Oh my
Nope.
god. You know what, Charlie? I never thought of it as being like demeaning. So I'm gonna have to check in on it. Like, and I'm glad you said something, and I hope all the women in your life are listening. Don't call Charlie babe
Or Juju. I almost said my real
or
name right
Juju.
there.
Isn't Babe a pig? There is a pig named Babe. Yes, hmm, there is. Hey, Sleet, nice to see you. Oh, I saw there was a couple other people came in, and I didn't say hey. I did say, oh, Jasper. Hey, How are you? Nice
See,
to see you.
but does moist sound moist? Rocket
Does
Couch said moist is a moist sounding word to some people, and I don't think so. There's no onomatopoeia there in my world.
onomatopoeia. Yeah, boy, boo is a term that my mom's former in-home healthcare aide used for everybody she cared about. In fact, when I visited Virginia, she watched out for my mom for free so that I could meet her. You know what? That's how I use it, Commander. I don't try to be like offensive about it. It's like I call Mrs. Cassandra like number one boo. Yeah.
I
And
don't think
you
the
know,
way you boo people, it doesn't offend me. I
but
can't speak for anyone
I
else.
boo all the guys in the Discord too. Like I boo Charlie. I call Charlie boo. Charlie calls me boo face. I call Wrecker boo. I call everybody boo. I call Mippet boo. I call you boo sometimes too. Like everybody. And that might be offensive because like you and I kind of sort of we knew each other, but we kind of really just really met. So
Yeah.
like got on the oh Charlie, that's nice. I can call him babe, but my ass better show him respect. I hope my ass was respectful in that phone call. You let me know if it wasn't, and I will straighten it out. You know. Oh, and Mrs. Cassandra's in the chat calling me honey. It's
And
a
me,
good thing.
babe.
You know what? It's a good thing we're on a first name basis, yo. Oh, you have what for? Yeah, I'm telling you. Like,
Except for that babe made me laugh when
you
she
know,
said it. Hey,
this is
babe.
why she's my number one boo. She's such a hellraiser. She always causes shit in the chat. Like Jesus. If I say I don't want to talk about it, it will be the first thing that she says. I swear to God. I swear. But that's what I love about her. Like, she pokes me. It doesn't bug me if I know the person and don't dislike them. People used to call each other baby in the olden days. I know they did. Like right sleep, it was like babe. It was like a nice thing, like a close thing.
Do you know my real name? We'll say it's Juju. People over a certain age, whenever I tell them my real name, they add like an IE to the end of it. So they'll be like, JuJu Bee. And I'm like,
JuJu
not my
Bee?
name. Not my
JuJu
name. But it's like
JuJu
certain, yeah. Like say your name is Jim, and then you introduce yourself. Hi, I'm Jim. Then people go, oh, hey,
Mhm.
Jimmy, every time with my name.
Jimmy? Okay.
And I'm like, I didn't, that's not my name. But it's people over a certain age.
Yeah, they will. They just don't like the new names or ones like they don't. Yeah. Sleet says his old flatmate twin brother used to whisper moist to her just to rile her up. It was a right prick. You know what? You know what? I'd have to say I have a tendency for that. Like, because I think it's silly that they get so upset over a word. Like, if I think, I guess it's a little disrespectful. I'll have to own up to that. If I think something is like just silly, like I will have a go at it. I'm sorry. And try to get them over it. Desensitize them to it.
You know what word I don't like? And I have no reason for this.
Hmm.
Supper.
Supper?
Yeah.
You know what? I have trouble defining supper and dinner. Like the difference. Like I always think dinner is later and supper is early. Like supper is like if you eat your dinner earlier than a certain time. Like, is that succour, Charlie? Or sucker? You said supper, right? With a P, right? I don't know if it,
Yeah, with a P.
yeah,
SUPPER. Supper.
right. I don't know where that came from, but it depends on what part of the United States, like how you use it too. Like in the East Coast, dinner is later. Like if you have dinner like past, let's say, I don't know, like later, like after 6 and before 10 or whatever. Supper was like, early, like 5. Like supper was when you fed the kids, and dinner was when you had your meal with your mate.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Well, in our house, the kids were fed, like mom fed the kids separate because, they had come home late or got up late. My stepfather was a musician, so he slept most of the day. He got up late before he went in and he would eat his dinner then. So we all ate earlier. We come home from school, have a snack, but we would have supper by between 5 and 6.
See, we had dinner every night. No supper. And
Yep.
I don't know why. I have no reason for that word to irritate me. Like, what's it done to me? But it's just one of those words where I'm like, "Ugh, I hate that word."
It's probably just because you had another word for the same thing, and you're like, that's just making it confusing. Like, stop it right there. Like, don't use that word.
Maybe.
Just don't do that to me, right? Just like leave me be.
I want. I wonder if it is something like that. Like I went somewhere as a little kid and I didn't understand what they were saying,
Mm,
and it frustrated me.
that could
Yeah,
be.
I do think of supper as like more of a southern thing.
Hmm. But honestly, we use like, don't we use so many words like for the same thing, or even different things, and they all sound the same? Like learning the English language for as a second language is quite difficult.
Yeah,
Like,
I used to have a job where I just spoke to Japanese people who were learning English. And they would give
wow.
us a topic and then I the whole job was you just sit in there and talk to them for a few hours. It was a great
Hmm.
job. Sometimes they would give us sayings and we'd have to explain them, like out of the frying pan into the fire.
Yep. Mousy said that supper is popular in the South.
Yeah, that's what I think of it as, a southern word.
The Southern word, I think of it as an early dinner word. I don't know.
See,
I
where
guess it's
I
how
am
you
in
use it. It's how everybody uses it around you, like
well,
janky.
and
Like,
Danae said they grew up calling lunch dinner.
you did?
And to me,
Well,
dinner is the evening meal. But
okay. If you're English, then there's tea, like lunch tea, 3 o'clock. Yeah, there's I don't know.
Did you see Commander 401? I
Yeah,
like the word dinner or the words I'm stuffing my face for comfort.
I like that too. Like, we could just say that. It's like, here, supper and dinner are interchangeable, but supper can also just be anything after lunch. Okay. We
Well,
have
there's
supper clubs.
see funny that you have no real explanation, but people who hate moist are under because moist is hated by more people.
Then the word supper.
Like
Yeah.
I've never met another supper hater.
Yeah. I just don't like, but I don't think they have a very good explanation. Just to say that it connotates some kind of sexual act because of the word moist. I mean, you want moist skin. You want your hair not to be dry. Like moist is
Right.
a good word. Like, and I think they're putting bad connotation on it unnecessarily. Really,
But why do so many people hate it?
I don't know. I'm just not one of those people. Like, I usually. Mhm. I don't think moist is a bad word or a bad condition.
No. It's something I strive for actually.
Exactly. I don't think it's anything to run away from, people. I think I'm in the wrong. Like, I don't know. I'm glad I don't hang with those people. Yeah.
Exactly. Fish nerd got it. Moist pertains to the readiness of the lady bits.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, I think that's why people don't like it. All right.
Oh, Sleet wants
Okay.
to know if there are people who hate the idea of a moist supper. Not me. I like me a
Mm-mm.
stew. I like soup, and I don't like dry risotto or anything like that.
Yeah, moist roast, moist turkey,
Hmm.
moist macaroni and cheese.
No, Mrs. Cassandra, we don't need to talk about that. Ew. Like, I know. Like, yeah.
Embrace the moist. Don't fear it.
Don't fear it. Yep. You've read an explanation. It's just as ridiculous. Charlie said, "Stop. We're arousing him." Well, if my butt call didn't, like, I don't know. Like, just
Call him babe. It'll dry him right up.
yeah, that is like, everybody call Charlie babe. Say, "Hey, Charlie babe." That'll fix him up. We don't want him to get like aroused, like overly aroused for no reason. Let's help him out. Most words are perfectly okay. It's the connotations or the innuendos, or even when a word means someone is applying that another person is beneath them. Yeah, I get that. Yep, he did get. I don't know if he got butt rubbed. He got butt dialed, but he didn't get butt rubbed. Like, no, don't start that, Mousy. I'm innocent. No, I did no such thing.
Mousy starting terrible rumors.
Charlie, you better tell them I didn't rub that butt. Like, I didn't touch his butt. I did not. Hey,
Hi, always
Carrie.
grateful. Hi, Carrie.
Hi, always. Nice to see you. My butt was whispering sweet nothings. Charlie, I hate to tell you, but that was tootin', boo. That was tootin'. That's the only kind of whispering my butt knows how to do. So I'm sorry, Juju. You had no idea, did you? It was going to be like this.
I could have assumed, though.
Sleet says, whatever you do not call him Charlie Babe Moist Butt. Charlie Welch.
No.
Charlie, I'm sorry, boo. You had no idea it was going to be like this either, did you? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Go eat your moist supper, honey, babe. Well, that's a way to get yourself kicked out of the house there, Rocket Couch. Just say that to me. Go eat your moist supper, honey, babe. Poof. Right out you go. There you go.
That is an oddly offensive sentence.
What? Which one? Mousie's? I don't know.
No, go eat your supper.
Oh, yeah. Go eat your supper.
Moist supper, honey, babe.
Yeah. Like, that's like, That's pretty funny. But see, that, like, I knew talking about language would be a good thing.
Does anybody else have a word they hate for no reason?
Yeah. Now we know your janky words. Like, right? This was a whole conversation about janky words. And now we want to know what words you really dislike. Like, and we know Charlie doesn't like to be called babe, and Juju and I don't like honey or babe.
I don't like babe either.
Or girl in the office.
Oh, I hate girl.
Carrie Ann, truth does get used too much, but you know what really gets me? When they say they're only telling their truth, or this is my truth, as if it means that the translation of it is I'll say whatever I want, because if I infer that it's my truth, then you just have to believe it because it's my truth. And I'm like, no, don't put truth in that statement. Just say it's what your opinion. Yeah.
Well, it's like they changed the definition of literally too.
Uh-huh.
To mean now it doesn't mean literally.
Nowadays, truth is not what it's defined. Exactly. Hey, Aaron. Nice to see you. Truth with an if. Awesome has been reduced to mean almost nothing. Also, the word random. True. I do use awesome too much, actually. I use it in tweets and typing back to someone. Like when they say something, I think it's great. I always say awesome. Like,
me too. You know what else I say? Outstanding. Like, I feel like I have a few words. I'm like, I need to mix it up.
Truth will set you free. I don't know. What is up with all the backdoor talk tonight? I don't know, Mousy. Why do you keep bringing it up? Mousy's obsessed.
And sweet? I don't use the word sweet that much.
I used to say it too much, and then my brothers got me away from it. They said I sound so out of touch with reality. That did it for me. I went, really? Okay, I won't say that anymore. I think back when we were in school, it was like common that you said sweet after everything, like if it was like cool, like if it was good.
Yeah. Sleet says groovy.
Yeah, groovy. That was way before me. Like, does that make sense? Is a phrase I speak too much. I say that one also.
Do you know
Yeah.
that is a female thing, I believe.
Does that make sense? Yeah.
Yeah, like we will explain something. It makes sense, but we will
We want to make
undermine
sure
ourselves.
that they understand what we're saying. I use it that way to make sure they're getting what I'm throwing down. But I think that women use it more often. I don't think men care if it makes sense at all. They
Yes.
just they just expect it. If we get it, we get it. And if we don't, they're like, yeah, well, okay, I ain't bothering to explain it to you then.
Like maybe we should say something like, "Was I clear?"
I say that. Like I say things like, did I explain that clearly? Like, are you getting, or like I'm saying, like, do you have any questions about what I just said? But I
When
like to
I say
hear
does that
back.
make sense, it usually means I filtered out half of what I was trying to say. You know what I mean? I was trying to like be succinct.
Ah, you were trying to be like, succinct and also like put it down and try to use the best words so that nothing gets misconstrued. Like I
Yes.
get hung up. Like I will use the wrong word for something and then somebody will pick up on that word and say something. I'll go, okay, well, maybe that's not the best word to use because I'm really trying to say this, and I have to like put it back because like words have different meanings to different people. I could tell you that, like the way you use them and how you put them in sentences. Like that's what's so confusing and yet beautiful about the English language. Like it's constantly up for interpretation on who you're talking to, how you're talking to them, and in like what context or subject.
Well, and that's what's sort of neat about getting to know someone is you have to figure out how that person communicates, and how you communicate with them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, because communication is key. And it's all starts the whole process, right? Like, you start
Well,
with a
and a lot
high.
of, I think, misunderstandings or arguments are due to like incorrect communication.
Language, lack of it, or insufficient. I agree. I
Or I
did.
should have said, does that make sense after whatever I said?
Mm, true. Because I've learned one thing. I've learned, like, I don't know if like it's not so much an in real life thing as it is kind of a social media YouTube thing, that people don't bother to ask when they have a question about something. They just go off and assume and like,
Yes.
make up all these stories in their head, or just decide that like because you said it this way, that's what you really meant, and they put all these inferring things on it, and innuendo and all this stuff, when simply you might have just said exactly what you said. Well, I just wish people would really go to the source more often. I think I do subscribe to that feeling that when you assume, you make an ass out of you and me, actually, because you can't really tell. The only person who knows how they meant something is the person who meant it.
Well, and
Said
I
it.
have a dry sense of humor. So
Hmm.
a lot of people will, it doesn't always work in chat. So people will be like,
Hmm.
hey. And I'm like,
Hmm.
no, that's hilarious if you read it with this tone. But
Hmm.
I can't imply that in chat.
Yeah. But it's just, I like that. I like that, Sleet. Yep. Mhm. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? I've used that one. Yeah. Does that make sense? It depends on the listener. Absolutely. Malproposals can easily be used for immortal. Yes, I do. Aaron,
Porpoises.
immortal porpoises. I just caught that. I was gonna read it at purposes, but like, no, it's still better than the time that my coworker meant to say we need to disseminate information to all the customers, but accidentally said we needed to disseminate it. It's sort of the same thing, but not.
Did
Yeah.
everyone burst out laughing? Or did it take everyone like 3 seconds to go, we heard what we heard, and then
We
start
heard it.
laughing?
Yeah. Did you wait until he left the room to laugh, or did you all just burst out right there? Because that's a good story. Like, I need to know.
Because my friends they'll like stop the conversation and go, I'm sorry. What did you just say? And like
Yeah.
point out what jackass thing you just said.
Yeah, exactly. And Fishner said he already. I get it. Like, you know what? I always I presume to be too. Like, I can't help it. Yep. And what about Mousy says, what about that saying throwing hands? If you throw your hands, then it's gotta hurt because those things don't detach. I agree. I think that's throwing hands is that like, laying hands on somebody, like getting a little rowdy, like slap happy or something, I guess. Oh, public calendar. Okay. The missing L. Hey, you mean in kinder? Oh no. Oh, I know what you mean.
I once got a review at work, and the only thing he could complain about was typos, which I have a normal amount. And there was a
Oh my
typo
God.
in his watch your typos. And I go, sir, there's a typo in this statement on my review. And he goes, give me your review back and get out of here. I was like,
This is true. Oh, like the muddiest point. Muddiest. What would mean like the one that doesn't make any sense? The cloudy one, the one that's not clear. I guess I'm trying to think what that. What I like it. Sorry, it's not raining there, Grace. It's hot. Okay, so Erin said that Subaru, she did that stuff all the time. Well, that was the worst. And it was at a meeting. She was the only one that didn't see everyone fighting not to laugh. She never realized her error. Oh, God.
aw, I can't believe you
Yeah.
guys didn't point it out to her.
I'm sure they all were just trying because it was a big meeting and she's like, they were trying to like hold back. But I bet you, like, as soon as she left the room, everybody just like burst out. I would. Yeah. I would just take one look at one of my coworkers and then I wouldn't be able to contain myself. I wouldn't.
You know what's a great word?
Hmm.
You know when you switch the first letter on two words?
Like in pig blanket? No, that's the A thing.
No,
Okay.
you'll do it by accident. Like let me read something in chat. So you would say, instead of former teachers, you would say like Tormer features.
Tormer features? Like, okay. I type like that all the time. I make the worst typos and I lead like I can't spell. I sound like an illiterate person.
Well, it's called a spoonerism when you
It's a
switch the letters like
spoonerism?
that. Yeah.
Yeah. There's puzzles like that, right? That you have to.
Yes. Quintessential is a good word. And a plum.
Sleet said some of his former teachers use that word. How's that? Clear as mud? Yeah. Clear as mud, meaning I don't get it. What wasn't clear? Yeah. Quintessential is a great word. So is a plum. You know what, Carrie Ann? I like those words too. I don't get to use the word quintessential enough. I like the word aplomb.
Yeah, see, Sleet got it. Instead of ill-gotten booty, it's ill-bootin' gotti.
I'm not illegitimate. I can too read. No, it's illiterate, Aaron. I'm not illegitimate. Okay. I can too read. Okay. Ill-gotten booty or ill-gotten or ill-boughten bootin' gaudy. Oh gosh, I can't even say the spoonerism right. Wow.
That's a good word, though, isn't it?
Okay. Hippopotamus straussquana pedalophobia. The favorite one. That's like one of the longest words in the yeah. I said that in a video once and I can't say it anymore. It's hippopotamanostros There you go.
Darn close.
The best things are sweet. Ricker, good afternoon. I hope you're having a good one. You missed the whole prior conversation and do not go back and rewind and play it. I do not want to spend the afternoon answering questions.
But Wrecker is the source of the conversation.
He was the source of most of that conversation because Juju uses the word janky, boo, and then we got into a conversation of me calling everybody boo, and then true confession, my butt dialed Charlie. It's public knowledge. There you go. That's the recap. You don't need to go back and see how crazy it got.
I was influenced by Wrecker, and here we
Oh
are.
God, we're in trouble. He just filled the chat with murder minions. Like even the Chucky one. Like that's bad. Like if the Chucky one shows up, the Chucky one's my favorite. Those were
Really?
made by Counter Talk. Like oh my gosh, he made those murder minions for us. He's so great. He made Mousie's new intro too. This is wonderful. Yeah, and he made this intro actually for this show. Yeah, they're quite talented. They're probably at work, so they're missing our show, but I don't know. Wrecker, I'm scared now. You got all the murder minions. I'll tell you on Miniscene, boo. On Miniscene. Like, they made more of it than it was. They really did. Juju's my witness. Yeah. Yes, he is, Mousy. I agree. He totally is. Okay, I'll let you all off this time. Thank you. You're letting us all off. Thank you. Like, because I didn't want to bring anybody down with me. Well, I do have to admit, I was the common denominator in all of that.
As is usually the case. No.
Oh, wait a minute. Now. Wow. Okay. So, anyway, Wrecker, do you have a word that you think people use too often or that you hate? Like you don't like that people use? Or do you have a name that you don't like being called? Charlie confessed he doesn't like when women call him babe or baby. At least not his woman, like he's one-on-one. Like he don't want to be called babe.
Also, why wouldn't you just tell them? Do people get offended if you say that?
I would say if you don't like being called something, rather than have that passive aggressive, oh my God, where you want to like throw your phone every time they say it, like that could be detrimental to a relationship. Tell them
I was
straight
gonna
out.
say
Like,
that
yeah.
resentment would build up, I feel like.
Yeah, and it also, if you can't tell them that, that means that you don't trust their response to stuff, and it's like a bigger issue if you're not communicating enough to where you can't tell someone, I don't like to be called that. Like, you know, people that are close to me know I don't like the word girl. It gets used a lot, and I think after a certain age, the word girl can be insulting to a woman.
I am with you. I do not like that one bit.
But I also agree that many of those in my life that use it actually do not use it in an insulting way. They use it out of common practice, that's just how they're used to talking for a long time with others. And so, you try not to make too big a deal out of it, but I do make it known. And then sometimes they will, correct themselves.
Well, I was talking about a true crime case, and the woman involved is 19. And I called her a girl, and I said, I'm specifically referring to her as a girl.
Because she's under 21, like she's young.
Yeah. And I was like, and I don't think she is emotionally or mentally developed to womanhood yet.
Mm-hmm. You don't hear yuck an awful lot. We need to talk more, Jasper. I say yuck a lot, like an ew and gross. But I'm verbose. Everybody knows I talk a lot about, like, too much about everything.
Or zest. I like the word zest.
I like zesty. Yes, I like zesty. I want people to refer to me as zesty. Yes.
I agree. That's a quality description.
That is, isn't it? Like that has said so much and nothing at the same time.
Yes.
It kind of gives you the opinion of everything and nothing. Like you can't pin zesty down.
Yeah, because at first you're like, that's exciting. Yeah. And then you're like, is it exciting?
Is it exciting? Yeah. Or is this zest just like, well, what we rip off a lemon or a lime? Like, what is this? Okay. So like it's got like all this stuff goes with it. Yep.
Or the word pithy. Don't be pithy.
Oh, I don't think Carrie Ann could be called a snob. I don't like the word snob, but I do use it. I use snobbish, or isn't that snobbery, or that's a bit snobbish. I don't necessarily call someone a snob. I prefer bigger words and more words. Like I will call them a stuck up, opinionated ass rather than a snob. It's just how I roll because I like words in lots of them.
Yeah, I say more. They need to pull the stick out of their ass.
Oh, Sleet said, I am in ineffably zesty. Woo! I have to look that up. I don't know if I said it right, but I like it, Sleet. I'm going to take it as a compliment, even if it's not, because I like the way that sounds. Don't, okay. Psst, record. Oh, wait. Mousy. I see what you're trying to do there. Yeah. But record is awesome. Amok. I like that, Carrie Ann. Amok, amok, amok. When they use that in that movie with the witches, I liked it very much. Amok, amok, amok. Yes. Mm.
Hmm.
Mm. I could tell you things are going crazy. Things are going crazy with the language here. Like I'm looking at the chat. Things are heating up. I can't imagine anyone calling you a snob, Carrie Ann. You're very well read. You're very personable. I would take exception to that if somebody called you that.
I would too.
Mm. Oh yeah, you know what, Grace? I was going to tell him today too. I got 3 YouTube notifications when Kick went live last night, but it wasn't just on his account. It was on every single person that went live, like the people I follow. So man, was my email like lit this morning. Yeah.
Really?
I think they had a hiccup, Grace, in the notification system.
Well, they did have a hiccup because I got notifications that Wrecker went live when he was not live.
He said, misusing the saying, eat your cake and have it too. Eat your cake and eat it too, I think. You know what? That's the thing. Like when you want both sides of like you want your cake and eat it too. It's kind of like if you're in a committed relationship, but you still want to bang your secretary at the office. I think that's what they mean. Like have your cake and eat it too.
Do you
Like
know
you
that
can't have
phrase is
both.
that's how they
Yeah.
caught the Unabomber?
With that phrase. Oh, tell us this story. Can you tell us this story?
Okay,
Hey, Jason.
whatever the proper phrase is, if it's have your cake and eat it too,
Mm-hmm.
the Unabomber used that in some of the letters he sent. So they had a linguist at the FBI found that, and then they linked it to Kaczynski because in his, I don't know if it was his doctoral thesis, it was some professional paper he wrote. He used the phrase properly.
I think you know what? That's a good way. The linguistics and handwriting experts have been very good at trying to pin down traits of serial killers. Actually, it's a whole lot. It's fascinating. It's in the FBI profiling that I was doing with Jay, on way back when I first started true crime before I got into actual cases. Well, wow, I love that stuff, Juju. It's fascinating.
I do too, and it's all
Mhm.
because he used the correct phrase.
The correct way, right? Yeah, record. Like there's so many phrases like that get mixed up. Like Rocket Couch says, I love colorful descriptive language. Anyone can call someone an ass. Not everyone can pull off grub munching spoon fondling idiot ass clown. Wow. Hopefully I just pulled it off for you there, Rocket Couch. I don't know. But I like that. And hey ZZM, nice to see you, Buckeye. Yeah. Thanks for stopping by. I'm flattered. Thank you.
Like, I love true crime stuff too. But today we're talking language, and how we
Right.
use it is a crime. No.
Yeah. How we do use language is a crime in some cases. Like the best way to get on my bad side is to like dumb speak. Like purposely like misuse words all over. Although I'm guilty of it all the time. And I actually admire my friends who correct me. Like if I get tired, I speak very lazily. Like I pronounce words and I get all like and I want to be told because I don't want to sound like an idiot. So I like it. But I don't like when somebody purposely misuses words, or not even in purpose, like not on purpose, uses it. And then I go to try to say, no, that's like, that doesn't mean that. That means this. And then they get all mad at you. Like, well, okay, Miss Dictionary. Yeah.
I'm
I
like,
didn't
I
know.
still get out a real dictionary to look up words.
No, and a thesaurus, right? And
Yeah.
then I have to, of course, they say, oh, well, I didn't know I was speaking to a thesaurus. And I'm like, excuse me, if you can't spell it, do not talk to me like that. Like, I'm just going to be that bee.
Nice.
I want to shut you down. Like, don't come at me about language. Yeah, Fishnet, I has the dumb occasionally all the time. I call it losing brain cells. Like I do, I get too tired and boop, they just fall out.
Oh, yes.
I agree with you, Buckeye. English is a very complicated language, and as an American who spoke English my whole life, I could tell you it is insanity. And I feel for anyone trying to learn that language. We do not need so many words to say so many things. But then again, there are other words, like in Japanese, and there are different words for everything, like even the position it's in or where it's located. Like there would be another word for it. Like that's another very, very difficult language to learn.
Or Vietnamese, how if it has the inflection going up or down, it's
Well, in Spanish, there's a female and a male word for most things. Okay, I don't know why, but there is. Okay.
I don't like the term brain fart. I don't know why.
Brain fart. That to me, that's like, is that like when you stop dead in a sentence, which I do, and I try not to do?
Yeah, like when your brain freezes up and you just lose whatever thought process you had going.
Oh no, record. It wasn't when you were doing the tests. I did get those. We got them all when you did the last live at night when you were doing your music stream. They came in a row, like a minute apart, all three of them. So I think it was Kick. I don't think it was you. As far as those notifications. Like good and evil are not nouns, right, Carrie Ann? Yeah. But are they verbs? Doing good, being evil? I don't know. Same words indifferently. Yep. Oh yeah, I know. Record, it was like amusing because like what a day. I have to say to everybody that supported and came out and like tried to keep us sane for a while. I'm glad that the 36, well now it's 48 hours. Those 48 hours were kind of rough, although the last 12 we slept and recovered from 36 hours of oh my god, what next? Yeah, but it was good. Thanks, Juju. You were quite the companion there.
I was just trying to remain positive. I
She
believe.
remained positive and calm and funny, which I have to say are the three things that are the best thing if anything's going on to be around. Like, don't you agree? Like, if you know, everybody has their ups and downs. Life is not perfect. There are bumps every damn day, if not every damn hour, or for some people, and they run in tides, right? Like in
Yes.
circles. There be a lot of them, you know. But the best thing you can be is calm when you're around somebody that's going through something and funny. That helps a little bit. Just to get them out of themselves, but positive. Like, and I know that's annoying. As somebody who will admit that I can be annoying AF when somebody's being factual about it being down and depressing and not right and this is horrible. Those are all true statements at the time. Absolutely. But I'm the one going, yep, but there's always a silver lining. Like, focus on that little thing. Like, oh, I'm that freaking annoying nudger.
I am too. I can,
I am.
well, and I'm like, even in the worst situation, I can find it. I can find that like gem of goodness. And then, but it's also a lot of pressure because people will call me and they'll be like, all right, I need your positive. Here's what's happening. And I'm like,
True.
all right,
Yeah.
let's work through it. But if I'm having a bad day, I'm like, like I have to work at it. But it's just, do you think you're born that way with that?
No, I think it's so quiet. I think it's a combination of both. Because when it comes to nurture and nature, I do believe it's a combination of both at all times. I don't mean one single thing that we do or say or learn is one or the other, because it's definitely a combination. Do I think that some people find it easier to be positive? Yes. And some people find it easier to be negative? Yes. So that could be the nature end of it. But nurture is in what you're surrounded with and you grow up with and you've been dealing with in to get it, to change it or to make it a little bit different or to do both. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it's one or the other.
Yeah, I always
See?
think about that. I'm like, I think I had a natural inclination, but then you develop it over time, like
Mm-hmm.
hone your skills to
Mm-hmm. I would say the,
save your
all
sanity.
save your sanity. Although I'm annoying in the positivity aspect, it's not that I don't understand, because people will tell me what's going on, and I do absolutely understand how frustrating negative in, like, how hard it is to keep, picking yourself up and going forward and picking yourself up and going forward. I get that. And sometimes we just want to vent, don't we all? And
Well,
you
that's what
need
I
to
was just
tell
gonna say.
people, yeah,
I'm like,
yeah,
there's a difference between like being negative and venting. Because
yeah.
there's time where you're like, I just have to say all of this.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even know if I mean 90% of it, but I have to get it out of my head so I can move past it.
No, true, true.
Like, get the negativity out.
True. And I have learned that a lot of the most, it is true that some of the most trying situations we've been, some of the biggest heartaches, heartbreaks, and disappointments in our life, how we've dealt with them has made us who we are, has turned us into, like, either being stronger about a situation or weaker, has turned it into either a trigger or an accomplishment, right? So, like, everybody deals with it a little bit different. But definitely, no day is ever perfect, nor is one single day ever that awful. I truly believe there is always something in every situation that led to something a little bit good, a little bit different, or in the right direction.
I do too.
I have no idea what that is. Is that you or me? Okay. All right.
What are you hearing?
Oh, nothing. It was another. It was somewhere else. But um Carrie Ann says, I have been a doormat, but the mat was always
But
planning its
see,
escape. I like that saying. But Mousy also brought up the way that we use another saying. And that is the saying of, I could care less or I couldn't care less. And why did you even care in the first place? Right. Like how you use that saying, you could care less, that means you care. When you say I could care less, doesn't, when you look at how that sentence is structured, doesn't it actually look like, well,
it means you
uh,
have more.
I have feeling about this. I do care, but I could care less, you know. But it should be I couldn't care less, in meaning like I'm
Yes.
at the bottom of my feels about this. Like I don't care. Like, right. But we often say, Mousie's right. Don't we? We often misuse it. We say I could care less. I know I do. I'll say that more often than I couldn't care less, because it's faster and easier. And I guess we just drop it off, right? And then we change the whole meaning of it. Mm. You're right, Sleet. Sorry, I did. Well, that was a bad mispronunciation. I do apologize. Sleet. Shit happens seemingly in shit cycles. Yes, I agree. And also the difference between defeated or challenged. I get that, Carrie Ann. Like when you're being a defeatist, that's one thing. When you think like no matter what, it's it's over. Like it's
Well,
the end
I
of.
mean, and do you laugh? Like, I will laugh when stuff is going wrong, which is terrible. But like, I had a real run of stuff breaking in my house this year, and like, a lot of them were not small things.
Mm-hmm.
And then it became so absurd, it was funny. You know what I
It,
mean? Where I'd be
it
like,
is.
oh,
Well,
yeah, of
that's very.
course the fence gates land on the
Of
ground.
course, like everything. Of course, like the worst possible scenario just happened because like that's
Right.
the
I'm
worst.
like, oh,
Like
the
of course,
ceiling fell down.
yeah, yeah, and of course, yeah. Mm.
But then people look at you like you're crazy, and you're like, these are things I could not control, and it is fun. It is funny. I
Mm.
mean, like, Did it suck? Sure.
But they do say laughter is a great way to try to get up. Well, not everything is funny too. Like I get it. Like if something's really important to you, we get disappointments in life,
When it's
job
not funny.
disappointments, when we're trying to accomplish something, and it's just not working out right, and we like put so much pressure on ourselves.
Yes.
But it is hard, but that's when we depend on the others around us, and like we have to be like sympathetic to each other, you
Do
know.
you know, I once threw myself a real pity party. I made a huge taco bar and I had all my friends over and I was like, I've gathered you here today for sympathy.
For
And I
sympathy.
would like to whine about what is happening in my life. And everyone loved it.
I did it. I had somebody. Okay. Mhm. Okay. I broke up with somebody who was really rude, Juju. And he said, well, now you could just go, I know you're breaking up with me just so you could just go tell all your friends how horrible I am, this, that, and everything. So why don't you just like take out an advertisement or like have a party? And I'm like, good idea. So I did. I had a party. And the theme was, tell me what you really think about so and so. And so, yeah, it was great. It was a great party. Oh, and he did get invited, but he didn't stay very long.
I would think he wouldn't. I mean,
Yeah.
kudos to him for showing up.
I did. Like I would say most of my exes were friends with. Like I don't like because it starts with such respect and friendship, and like there's usually for me, my relationships always start between the ears. So like it's hard to get rid of that even when you're not together. There is something I always go back to what it was that I admired and respected about the person in the beginning. They could turn out to be a horrible boyfriend or partner. Absolutely. But it doesn't mean they're a horrible person.
Right.
They're just not right for me. There was something there that I liked about them in the beginning. They're intelligent, funny, something. And so I tried to be respectful even at the end, depending, even the asses, the horrible ones, the cheaters, the whatever's. Well, you know,
Sometimes the respect is walking away.
yeah. Yeah. So I walked away from this one, but he was all like, yeah, you're going to tell everybody this, that, and the other. Well, you know what? This is what I have to say. Like, okay, ex-boyfriends, if you don't want people to know like what you did as to why you're an ex, maybe you shouldn't have done it. No,
If you
okay.
feel shame about it,
If you
don't
feel
participate
shame
in that
and
behavior.
humility that somebody might know that you just had to boff the clerk at the Wawa because she had great tits, okay,
Yeah.
maybe you should just take these things into consideration because once you do it, it's out there. Like, it's not up to you whether I tell somebody about it or not. Seriously. And that was funny as hell. And that is, honestly, that is why we broke up. Exactly. Because I said, well, why did you do that? Like, why would you feel you have to go outside of a relationship? I couldn't help it. I was there buying snacks and the Hooters were looking at me. I couldn't contain myself. I'm like, oh, okay. Bye.
Exactly.
I couldn't contain myself. I think that was the awfulest excuse I ever heard. You don't need a girlfriend. Just go boff your life away. Seriously, dude. Like, no, you don't need a girlfriend. Yeah,
Right.
you definitely don't need this one. But can you believe it? I just couldn't. It was those Hooters, Juju. They just.
Right.
I couldn't contain myself. I'm like, well, does that excuse work? No.
No. You're like, so you have such little self-control.
Exactly. No, Sleet, I actually thought I did make the mistake of thinking I was going to get an honest answer. It was an honest question. Like, what was missing in our relationship that you felt you had to go outside of it? Was my question. And his was, couldn't resist the Hooters. I'm like, I don't know. It wasn't, his answer wasn't honest either, to tell you the truth. But yeah. Hey,
No,
Gary.
that's not honest at all.
No, no, because I know he could resist it if he wanted to. Like, come on, listen. What? Like your body parts, they all have a mind of their own, and your mind just didn't engage, and you got no fortitude, no free will.
Yeah, you're making a
Mm-hmm.
conscious decision to do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It is a boy in a man's body.
You got it, Buckeye. And I'm glad to hear you say that. It's nice to hear a man say that, and I didn't have to say it. Because if I said it, I'd get judged. I'm glad you said it, because that's exactly how I feel about it. I was looking for some honesty. Mm, yeah, totally. Just totally.
Just heard Hooters and had to see what was happening. He
Is
couldn't
that
help
it?
himself.
He couldn't help himself. Oh my god. Where did these conversations go? This was the best idea ever, Juju. I don't know why. It just like this is just so much fun.
It is fun, isn't it? Like, just relax, shut the brain off a little bit, like, enjoy it.
Yeah, totally.
Thanks, Gary.
Totally. Barry, how is the weather down under today? Are we too funny? Are we too much? Is it too much to take, Gary? I mean, we don't want to be too much because then are you leaving already?
He's on
Got
his
to
way to
do a
work.
meeting. Take care. I'm glad. As long as it wasn't us being too funny that scared you away, then we would have to actually chill. Like we would. You
Have a
like
great
it,
day,
Record?
Gary.
I don't know. Is this working, Record? We're super chill. It is. It's a wonderful way to start my Sundays, I have to say, because I am kind of guilty of sleeping very, very late on Sundays because Saturday night I'm up late.
I didn't sleep at all Friday night,
Mm.
so
I'm
yes.
honored you stopped by, Gary Priestley. Thank you. It's a mild day in Sydney. You got a work meeting, but I'm glad you stopped in to say hi. I know it's Monday morning there. Yeah. It's a Monday in New Zealand too. Like everybody, you guys are all ahead of us. Could you send me those lottery numbers like we agreed, please? Both of you. Record.
I
Priestley.
know.
Yeah. Mm.
Chop chop, guys.
Yeah. I need, there's some things I need to buy. Computer equipment, plane tickets, all of that. How to restart your life over in a foreign country. All these books I gotta buy, Juju. I gotta study.
I'm trying to figure out what language to learn for when I move.
Hmm. True. Well, I just want one where my accent's gonna stick out. I mean, my accent sticks out here in New Jersey, here in freaking America. People like make fun of me all the time. I imagine no matter where I go, it's gonna be humorous. Charlie, I agree with you. I think it's very funny when Kiwis and Aussies say it's cold because like they don't get winter like we get winter, but I can understand.
It's
It's
56 here,
and
so it's somewhat cold.
he's freezing at 56. Literally, that man's teeth will chatter at 56. Like his 56, there is like it's when it's like 10 degrees here for us, Juju. It's that cold. Like they're just not used to it. And they have really brutal heat in the summer months.
I'll tell you, thank
Mhm.
goodness that heat just broke here because I was on my last day of sanity. Like,
Right? No, it did. I'm glad that it broke a little. It's only in the 70s here. It's late. It's like going towards 8:30. It's what, almost 7:30 by you. What's it now? Like right now I'm in the 70s, really nice and mild.
it's 76 here right now.
Yeah.
But see, yesterday or the day before it was 103. And
Yeah, you guys have had brutal heat. Yeah.
when it's that hot, I keep my curtains closed all day
I
because the
would.
sun, sun shining in and all that. And that is not good for you mentally either.
It's not because it puts you in what I call that and it might be it's burrito mode.
Yes.
Okay, does that make sense to you? Ah, look, I used the phrase. Does that make sense to you? Burrito mode is something I use when I am like closing in. Okay, dark, close the curtains, windows. I don't want to be bothered with the outside. I'm burritoing. I'm just wrapping myself up in a blanket. It's just me. It's just me and me and me.
Yes.
Yeah, there's three of us, me, and me. Okay. And that's what I'm dealing with temporarily. So I could see that. You start to close the windows and you start to close the curtains and you start to like drift towards that burrito, right?
Right. Well,
Like,
and then you think, oh, I'm going to run to the store. But no, Not when it's 100.
No, because at 100, first of all, if the house is dark like that, then you open that door to go outside, and that sunlight will blind you. That will kill you.
Yes.
And I'm a fair redhead. It will burn me to a crisp. I will disintegrate in public. Like this, it's just not gonna happen. I go out when it's really, really early or it's really late, like dusk or dawn.
That's what
Most
I do
people,
too.
most people think I'm a vampire because of it. Yeah.
Well, and I don't have air conditioning in my car, so I'm like, if I don't go first thing in the morning, not going.
Yeah. Oh, fish nerd. I never thought of that. Let's see. Sleeping bags are being burritos for bears. That's what they do call campers when you get in the sleeping bag and then the bear's going to come by and just have a tasty little burrito. But bears don't eat people. There's like no bears do not eat people. It's just a fear. Are you confirmed? Record, that was our secret. Don't tell them how you confirmed it, please.
Claire, vampire, confirmed.
Do not say how you confirmed that. Okay. Charlie says he got to -40 wind chills last winter by him, and the breath freezes on its way to your lungs. I would imagine that's, No, they don't. Well, they might scavenge off bodies. I agree there, fish nerd, when you're talking about bears and burritos. But they're usually looking for food and they're territorial. I mean, you get bear slapped, you will get mauled to death and everything, but they very rarely eat humans. Well, yeah. A tasty, crunchy burrito. Oh God. Sleep.
Did you know bears can run 40 miles per hour?
Can they? That's
Yeah.
pretty fast for a big lumbering animal like
That's
that,
what
isn't
I
it?
thought. I just learned that recently and I was like, wow.
Not exactly as sexy as a cloud leopard or a cheetah or a jaguar, but I get it. Yeah. There's something there's something in the movement of a bear. They are huge, okay? They're big, lumbering things, and yet they move kind of graceful for their big butts, don't they, Juju? I mean, I think so.
They
Anyway.
do. Their mobility is very impressive for how.
And how fast, like they'd be on you, like there's no doubt. It's no doubt. You got nowhere to go. Yeah.
See, I would freeze, I think. If a bear was coming at me, I don't think I would have a conscious thought.
Yeah. Carrie Ann said, I wish saving languages was a priority for everyone, but they seem more concerned about proving aliens endangered life. Yes. I do. You know what that is? Because we are losing some of the older words and all that we used to. I do agree with you about saving language in just the way that people used to speak. I am fascinated by Old English and older languages that we don't use anymore. I love the sound of Gaelic. I do. That's probably something. Maybe that's nurture instead of nature because of heritage. But uh, uh, hmm. Do you see? There are certain people in the chat rabble raising. There is that a good word? Rabble,
I
Juju?
see it, and they will not stop.
Oh no. We're gonna have to deal with this eventually, aren't we?
Yeah, but
Hmm.
it's all being logged.
It's being logged. Mm-hmm. So basically, somebody just put in the chat that they're looking for blackmail material.
Yeah. I don't. Oh, did I tell you I had to send a cease and desist this week?
Did you?
Yeah.
Did it work?
It did work. They did comply with the cease and desist.
I've been getting threats. I got serious doc threats. Serious. Like, I was a bit traumatized. I didn't even respond.
I was getting copies of falsified evidence.
I saw one of those threats.
Yeah, I've started being called the Bee in a real accusatory tone.
Yeah.
And a little did the people know that, first of all, they chose to use a wasp in their falsified evidence.
Oh, wait. I have the evidence of that one. Hold on. Just so that everybody knows that we, unlike others, are not just selling Shinola here. Okay. The first, they sent this. Is this what you received first? Mm,
Yes.
This. That is not a bee. That's a wasp. And we received this saying that you were stealing evidence and hiding it so that they wouldn't be exonerated. They are accusing you from the start. Yep.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't
And
even recognize a bee.
this all goes back to last week's stream, right? Where we were talking about some missing things. And then somebody talked about drowning a duck right there in a stream. Okay, admitted it.
Nope.
We
We never heard about the costume until we went back and said that's not the correct species.
Yes, and what kind of a lawyer says a statement and then retracts it and has to put out another statement? I think you need to go. You need to stop with that. Like when you have to keep retracting your statements and correcting them, there's an issue. That's what did Amber Heard in 6 affidavits. She had to keep changing them as the evidence came out. I wonder who did that, Wrecker. I wonder. The bee is wearing a yellow jacket. Sleet, you're right, because it's not a bee. It's a yellow jacket. Okay. But that's not the worst of it. Okay. Being on the prosecution's team here, we received other evidence of harassment.
Yes.
Yes. If you think just being misclassified is an issue, where do you see this? Okay. I kid you not, people. This is serious.
No, you can't claim starving artist.
So now they put that it's a bee, and they threatened JuJu with, "Hey bee, are those sea monkey eggs or duck feathers there?" Huh? That's not even the real JuJu Bee. That's some other bee, right? It's some
That's
other
right.
bee from Hammers for Art. Okay, it's another bee from another place. It's not even a real bee. It's a bee painting. Okay, and hey bee, are those sea monkey eggs or duck feathers? That sounds like intimidation and harassment.
It sure is.
And you being one of the main witnesses for the prosecution, the main witness for the prosecution, I might say. Okay. You got to realize, as a good lawyer should, actually advise your clients that what they are doing is a felony. Okay. Yes. JuJu is protected as a witness in this case, and actually intimidation of a witness can get you a serious, serious charge. So if you're innocent, as you all claim, you're still going to go down for harassment and threats. And it gets worse. Not only were you intimidating and harassing the witness, JuJu Bee, you actually came out of the main prosecution team, which was me. Okay. Because I'll show you what I received. This is terrible. Are you ready? I don't think you're going to be able to handle this, JuJu. It was that scary. You
I
ready?
can't believe they've gone to these lengths.
I'm telling you. I've never seen anything like it, and I cover a lot of true crime. But I thought Hart Pullian had some shenanigans going on. But then there was all of this. Wait. So, we've been checking into like that duck being missing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Well, lo and behold, I get this in my Instagram. Tell me if I want to know if you guys think this is a threat.
Instagram seems to be the main place people are coming at us.
Wait, it's gonna replay. Are you all
Are
are
you
y'all
sharing
watching
this?
that?
Oh, yeah.
Did y'all watch that? What? Yeah, I should. Yeah, I should. Watch. Okay. Hey, Mippet, Judge, you need to see this, Mippet. You need to
Maybe you
see.
do
Look,
need to
they're
listen to
threatening me.
this.
That is a duck.
Look at that.
How could Mousy say that's not a duck? That is a duck, and they're throwing it off the balcony. They're knocking it. Look. He flicked the duck, Carrie Ann. Yes, he did.
Yep.
They're threatening.
And that's
Yeah,
all
well,
that was
duck,
sent.
yeah.
All that poor duck. What about the person who received that, Mousy? I mean,
Yeah,
we are.
just that. No, about me. What do you mean, poor duck, Mousy? Like, what do you mean, poor duck? What about me? I was traumatized. And that's not even the worst, Juju. It's even worse.
I mean, it's worse than this. This is what we've been dealing with every day, guys. This is these kind of things. And they're coming from you. We're tracking them.
Yep. We're tracking them. All right, I'm getting the next one up. You're not gonna believe this. You're not gonna believe this. This one is the scariest yet.
Exactly, Carrie Ann. That tag said dies in it.
It did. It did. Okay. Wonder if I can get it bigger. Let's just see. Oh yeah. There we go. Whoop. All right. Okay. That's better. You ready? Okay, guys. You definitely need to hold on to this. You're not going to believe this. I hope you're paying attention, Mippy, because I need a protection order issued against these defendants from
I
speaking
will
on this
say they
case
did
anymore.
listen to my cease and desist. But
They did. Yeah.
well,
They're
thus
not
far,
listening.
we'll see what happens tonight.
Hmm.
In the bath, yeah. And
Watch.
let him drink it. Watch this.
Look, they're cutting off the duck's
What's gonna happen,
ass.
guys? Let us know in the comments.
Look.
Is that actually inside?
Let's find out. Alright, so here's a rubber duck, and I'm just going to
They're cutting open the duck. More
hole
duck.
in him here. Let's see if we can get him open.
Oh, this is what I received, Juju. This is terrible.
This
What are
is
they
pretty
trying to say?
open than I thought.
Look. Oh,
Here we go. If we open up the inside here, oh my gosh, it's actually pretty clean.
that
I
is a
was-
brand new
That
one,
is a
right?
brand
Us.
new-
Yeah.
And that's what's on the inside of a rubber duck.
You know Logan's got loads of these in the bath.
I
yeah?
know. Yeah.
I mean,
I'm going
do
back.
agree,
Watch it
actually.
one more
Watch
time.
this.
He just cut
Take
his
a hit with this.
ass right off.
What do you think's gonna happen, guys? Let us know in the comments.
I think I'm gonna puke. It's brutality. I agree, Mousy. So I want to know why you're behind it. Like, why are
Exactly.
you doing this? Why are you organizing everyone to try to shut down the investigation, intimidate the main witness, trying to get prosecution to drop the case about the missing sea monkeys? I have seen the evidence that you've shown us, and it was specs, and you constantly said over and over again that you did have a hand in the demise of several sea monkeys.
Then you put up a
actually, I
stream,
counted.
Mousy, and the title was "Sea Monkeys Live One Night Only."
True. And she did in a chat 3 times. She said it that she fed the sea monkeys to the betta. She
Yep.
right? She fed them. She sacrificed those sea monkeys. And then she wants to know why there was an outcry of people, not us. Believe me, they brought this case to us. They said, Mousy has missing sea monkeys. She keeps talking about them. She did them away. And now she won't show us where the sea monkeys are because the sea monkeys are missing. And they brought the case to us. And then we started talking about the missing sea monkeys. And there you go. Now we're being harassed and intimidated. And then during that talk about the sea monkeys, somebody brought a duck in. I will admit that the first person to mention the duck was the Rocket Couch.
Who is oddly
However,
not here now.
all of a sudden missing. But then what happens after that? My boo, Mrs. Cassandra, comes forward and says, the drowned duck? We've got the comment. She says, he said the duck was dead. We want to know how they knew that the duck was dead. She said it drowned. How does she know that the duck drowned? How did she know that the duck was dead? These are our prime suspects. We know Mousy did in, by her own admission, she did in a whole bunch of sea monkeys. We just want her to confess and stop trying to push it under the rug. I mean, granted, they were her sea monkeys. She could do what she wants. Unfortunately, here in America, sea monkeys don't have much rights. There's not much we can do about it, Juju.
No, that's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate. So we only want the truth. We only want the truth. In Fish Nerd, I don't even want to talk about you trying to throw a seal in there to deflect with no evidence. I see no seal. No seal was near the duck. There were no seal in the tank with the sea monkeys. I don't know why you thought the seal was relevant, but it wasn't. But we see you trying to insert yourself into this case. And we know that you're the number one alibi for the mouse. And we know it's not working. As an alibi, you leave a lot to be desired.
Yeah.
You're not a very good alibi. No, not at all. As a matter of fact, you kind of sealed all determination that Mousy is 100% guilty. You know, they don't have rights here in America, which is how you got away with sacrificing them to a beta. Just like, oh, your life is not worthy in my tank. I'm just going to feed this other fish with you because it needs a snack.
And how brazenly you walk around and brag about it.
And just like as if it's not cruel.
Sea monkeys live one night only. Ha 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 ha.
Then she tried to say, okay, she said one night only, but then she told us, well, they have notoriously short lives of 60 days. Why did you deprive those sea monkeys of their other 59 days? They only have 60 days. Could you not have waited to the last day of their life and then fed them to the better, which would be more reasonable, I think, less cruel. But no. I don't know. Maybe it was an invisible seal. I don't think so, Sleet. I think it's a made-up Fish Nerd seal.
I think it was distraction. I think that's
Hey, distraction is what it was. It was a very poor attempt at covering.
Well, much like the attempts to frame me.
They are
Making the
framing
wrong
you.
species.
Should I bring up the latest attempt? Yes, I think I will. Let's just see if I have that one. Are you ready? Because they're going to slander us. Are you ready for this?
I'm prepared.
You're prepared? All right.
I'm glad
go to
Nick
that.
is here to see this.
I got to go to that channel where all of this has occurred. And pull it up. I can't believe we have to talk about this on a lovely Sunday afternoon. This is terrible. It's not a work week. It's just Monday. All right. Where is this? All right. I do believe this is where it occurred. See that lovely little house? Guilty. All right. It's up there, right?
Are
It is
you
up
in
on
it with Wrecker? Because Wrecker said he cooked that mouse or that duck.
Yeah, he said he loves duck fried with crispy skin, and he showed us a picture of a lovely plate. I'm not sure if that was the duck or not, but here we go. Can you believe that? I had to watch it a couple of times. Okay, I'm gonna pause it here for a minute. I don't mean to offend you, Juju. I know this is really hard to take in. Believe me, it's really working on me too.
It just hurts because it's the mouse. The mouse posting
It is.
this.
The mouse is doing it, and she was a good friend of yours. I get it. But you see, first of all, everybody knows JuJu Bee's head is not that big. That can't
It's not.
possibly be JuJu Bee. She's a humble individual, and she's not some overblown headed little bee like that. Okay, and I noticed that they don't show you the rest of the bee because then there would be clear evidence it's not you. Okay, that it's not you. All right, and they put you in a box and they say bribes, and they put some, let's just say, janky bear next to it. Everybody knows I'm in better shape than that. What are you trying to say, Mousy? Some overused, dilapidated, old, forgotten bear off to the side there or something? I take exception to that very much. I do. It's nice to know where you're coming from. I mean, that's the kind of bear she thinks I am. Hmm? Hmm?
Yeah.
That's a boneless bear there. Everybody knows I got some fortitude. I've got a backbone. Definitely. That bear does not. Okay. That bear could not possibly be me. Plus, it's the wrong color. Everybody knows if I was going to be a bear, I would not be some faded purple, gray, old, overused, like shreddy up little thing like that.
Hanging
That's
out
not
with a
me.
giant bee head.
Yeah, with a giant bee head like that. Okay.
I mean, the bee's head is bigger than the bear.
I like that. You should take some umbrage while you're at it. I love that word, umbrage. Thank you, Sleep. I just like how you tie this whole thing in. See, we did. I'm sorry if that's her favorite. She's loved it really hard, and I'm glad that's her favorite bear. But that ain't me. That ain't me.
Look at that confession, though.
Oh,
Sprinkles. Sprinkles is Ray's favorite bear.
so that bear is Sprinkles and not Claire Bear. Okay, you see these people? You see I'm gonna have to actually put that one up before she actually. Let's put that up. Where is it?
Before it gets deleted.
Before it gets deleted. Look. She admits that is not me. So what are you inferring here? That JuJu takes bribes, but that's not JuJu because there's not just some big stuffed bear head bee head, and that is obviously not me. So, like, we are actually we are sending this to the judge to get an actual restraining order on you. You need to stay away from the witnesses. Commander said, if I was going to be a bear, I'd be a fiery red-headed bear with pizzazz. Exactly, because that's exactly how I am. Yeah, that's me. Right now. If there was a roasted duck, then you might have a case. Right, but the roasted duck wasn't roasted, it was drowned. Record. That's how we're leaning towards clearing you, but you're not cleared yet. You and Kyle are still on like the sus list, unfortunately. But you got company. Fish Nerd's on the double sus list.
Yeah.
He's double
It's
sus.
interesting. Yeah. Mousy and Fish Nerd are really
In
up some
cahoots.
behavior that is
There's a word.
disconcerting at best.
Disconcerting, that's a word. Cahoots is another word. Like, I like that word. They're in cahoots together. They're thick as thieves right now.
Yeah. And I fear that other people in chat are getting caught in the crossfire.
I
trying
think so.
to save themselves and exonerate themselves, and then
there is one person I want to mention, like because we know Mrs. Cassandra's on the sus list because of the duck. She did first mention the drowning of the duck and that the duck was dead. Okay. Oh no, High Inquisitor says he has a confession to make. Charlie did it.
That's not a confession.
I wonder, Quiz, if that's what my butt and Charlie were talking about. Like, maybe. Charlie, did you try to bribe my butt to be quiet?
Now the mouse is pleading the fifth on the. All of a sudden, she learns to be quiet.
Yes, I would definitely stay out of that. But actually, shenanigans as a group may be innocent, Grace. But like, I didn't want to bring you up, but you keep inserting yourself into this. I've heard that you've been sending some other duck videos and stuff, and you don't know, you're closely associated with Mrs. Cassandra. And I hate to actually say anybody is guilty by association, because you're not. But you are going to have some questions. We have some questions for you in regards.
They're claiming proof of life, but it's not the same duck in every video they send.
Listen, it's not the duck. Okay, because she said the duck drowned and the duck was dead. So now they're trying to prove that a duck is alive. There are many, many, many ducks in the world that are alive, but the one we're interested in is not. Okay. Yep. And so I don't think that you're indicated in the sea monkeys case, Grace, because you actually were one of the ones who led us to the investigation on what happened to the sea monkeys. You were very concerned about all this talk about missing sea monkeys. And she kept saying, Mousy kept saying she would show us the sea monkeys. And we have seen several videos that are supposedly sea monkeys, but I didn't see any sea monkeys. Did you, JuJu? Did you see any? No. I saw nothing. I did hear confessions though about I'm just gonna raise some more sea monkeys so you guys see sea monkeys and you stop talking about the sea monkeys, because that's exactly what the last video I attended was, where she showed us some dirt and tried to say that that was the eggs, and then said that the other batch couldn't have produced the eggs. She had to go out and buy more eggs because usually sea monkeys fornicate during those 60 days, and you don't have to go out and buy another batch because there should be plenty of eggs, right? Well, not if you feed your sea monkeys to a betta and then they all get terrorized and they've all been eaten. So if there are no sea monkeys to reproduce, you have to go out and buy more sea monkeys, which is why we saw a whole big container full of dirt, right, Juju?
Yes.
She kind of sunk herself with that one. She thought she was trying to pull something over with us, but it was her own words and statements that kind of linked it all together. That this
Her
is just a
words
frame up.
are really what's sinking her.
Exactly. It's a frame up. She's trying to get us to stop talking about the original sea monkeys that are still missing, because we will never see them again. Because we have her own words that says she fed them to the betta. So we're never going to see them again. But we want her true confession. We want her to come out and say the original sea monkeys are no longer around. They did not die a natural death. They didn't reproduce. I had to buy new sea monkeys to show you all because you won't let it go. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. We need it.
Just
I
admit
want it.
you no
if you-
longer are interested in the sea monkeys.
that they're not your favorite anymore, and you don't care what happens to them, and you did feed them, you got rid of them, and now you're just because we're all interested in them, you're just playing up. I want to see this all on the back of your community tab, the whole true confession, the whole 9 yards of it, Mousy, and then we'll drop the case, because actually, although it's wrong and we have some issues with it morally, there is no law against feeding sea monkeys to your betta. Poor sea monkeys. Without a proper advocacy program, they have no rights here in the United States legally. So we should work on that, Juju. We should start a GoFundMe for the sea monkey advocacy program. They need an advocate to change legislation to protect them from further instances of mousy abuse.
Yeah, I mean, people
I
keep dehydrating them, and then
Yep. Mm-hmm. Wait, the original sea monkeys are not still alive. You told me they only live 60 days. You're going to have to prove that timeline, please. I want to see the original sea monkeys, because the original sea monkeys would be big enough to see. They wouldn't be those little tiny specks you tried to show me the other day, which are the new sea monkey babies. I do. You see, you think I don't know anything about sea monkeys, but I've been studying up. You're not the only one who knows about sea monkeys now, Moss. In Fish Nerd. There's a whole wealth of information out there.
there's a reason she's lead prosecutor.
Yes, I'm research maven. There may be a new true crime case coming out that Claire is following soon. And which one is that, Wrecker? Uh-oh. What is he? I hope my butt's not in trouble for the dialing. I don't know what this true crime... Okay, ducks can smell human flesh from up to 2 miles away, but ducks don't eat human flesh, so that's good. Sleet says, I may be an accomplice. I have provided Mousy with photography advice. That doesn't make you an accomplice, okay? Many people, including my
Sleet,
own... Yes.
If you didn't know it, I'm sorry. If you had no knowledge going in and just thought you were helping a fellow creator.
Mm-hmm. Unless, of course, the note you answered was, here's $500. Please show me how to tweak this photograph to actually alter the evidence that I'm seeing. Now, if you have that and you agreed, then you're in trouble.
Yeah. Then
the sea monkey do monkey killer. The sea monkey do monkey kill. Oh my God, Wrecker. How do you say that? I can't even say that fast. It'll come out like really bad.
the sea monkey do monkey killer.
Commander said the butler did it. I swear the butler did it. And Charlie's right. He said, Commander, that's what a murderer would say. Don't be pointing the finger at anybody else, Commander.
Anytime they bring in an outside suspect who wasn't even part of the case, automatic suspicion.
Ox is right. There is a fine line between helping and aiding and abetting, and it all is a matter of intent and knowledge. And as someone who is on the prosecution team here, I would say that that we're well versed in trying to decipher that question. It is the question of every case.
Sleet says, I was not paid. It was for live streaming. Now, Sleet, were you invited to a duck dinner?
Yeah, were you? We want to know. Were you fed duck? And also, Sleep. That was the last live that I was at, and although you did give her good advice, we still didn't see no damn sea monkeys. I saw dirt, and then there was some swimming dust in the lens, is what it looked like. And if it was sea monkeys, which she's claiming it to be, I would attest that it is brand new baby sea monkeys and not the original sea monkeys. I want to see the original sea monkeys, which she says are still alive, which we don't believe. Okay. Oh, Rocket Couch, you weren't invited to stay for dinner? Yes, Fish Nerd, anything you say may be held against you, but don't say any of our names because that's not how this game goes. You think I'm not onto you? I'm onto you. I'm onto you. Nope, don't say our names. We are not, nope. Because the next thing is going to be Bear and Juju, right? Or Bear and B. And he's like, okay, now hold yourself against me. Nope. Claire's butt. Nope. Claire's butt is only fond of dialing Charlie, apparently. Claire's butt has a mind of his own. I have moved my phone away from my butt since it can't contain itself. Ox says, if it was an Asian restaurant, it wasn't duck. Ever notice there's no seagulls outside? Ew. Ew. Seagulls are like mice. They're like the rats of the
air.
Of the air. Yeah. Jinx. There you go. Coke. I love it too. I love it too, Al Capone.
Oh, thanks, Al Capone.
I think a good laugh is the best accessory a woman can have. What do you think, Juju?
I'll take it because Al Capone just said that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Al
a good
Capone.
laugh is on anyone.
Yeah. How do the men or the women feel in the chat? Do you think a good laugh is an excellent accessory? Like, is
a good laugh used often.
Yeah. A good sense of humor is actually could be a relationship saver. I can tell you that. If you can't laugh at the ups and the downs and the predicaments, like if you can't laugh at yourself, my God, you know how many people cannot like laugh at themselves when they do something dumb or stupid?
Oh yeah, I thoroughly agree with you that's like.
It's like they're making life too hard for themselves. Like really, you're making it much harder than it has to be.
And we all do it. We all are.
Fish Nerd, my butt is offended that you don't know how to spell its name properly.
I know.
And you said it in capital letters too. Like,
See,
don't yell.
That's what happens is they rush. They get too quick to try and cover themselves up. And then they do things like.
This is how they keep making mistakes. Yeah. They're doing themselves in. Really, I mean, we have not had to go look for anything. The evidence just all comes to us. It all comes to us. But anyway, it seems like in my DMs, this feisty mouse has sent more evidence. She said the plot thickens.
Oh, does
Yes, apparently. And she said that it would actually exonerate someone. I'm gonna have to check on that. I don't believe that, but we will see.
Either.
Okay.
I feel like this is a setup.
Have you seen it yet? I haven't seen it yet. I'm gonna play it. I hope you did us right because I'm gonna play this without watching it first. I hope my channel's still up afterwards. I should know better than to do that.
That's the ultimate revenge. She just gets your channel annihilated.
Exactly. She puts a naked Bear and Bee up there telling moist jokes and do butt diving people.
Like, how do you like the sea monkeys now?
It's funny. It's funny how we were both thinking the same thing. Like, oh my God. Okay. All right. Contain myself. I would have to play it. All right. Okay. In fairness, because courts are fair, the judge Mippet will appreciate that we are actually showing all the evidence that is provided by the defendant Mousy Files in the Sea Monkey case. But actually, Mousy Files is now indicating herself in the duck missing case, the drowned dead duck, a murder. Okay. Now,
Mousy,
ducks may
mousy,
have more
mousy.
rights in America than sea monkeys do, Mousy. So you could have just did yourself a disservice here. She's speaking as a defendant about another defendant. She's offering evidence to clear another defendant in another separate case, loosely linked to this case. And I say loosely because they did occur at the same time. And while investigating the sea monkey case, the duck got dropped, so to speak, right into the middle of it. So we're not sure how they're connected yet. But here we go. Let's see what they have to offer.
Oh, having a bear and a bee meeting, I see. What are y'all watching? No.
What? Wait, I gotta watch that again. What was that?
Having a bear and
What
a
are
bee
we
meeting, I
watching?
see.
Apparently the fakers are watching. What are those heads?
No.
What does it say on the box? Wait, I have to pause it to see what it says on that box.
Bear and a bee
Whose
meeting, I
heads are
see.
those?
What are y'all watching?
All right, we're gonna turn around. All right, somebody's been cleaning their attic. That's all I know. I need to blow this up, okay, and see what this says. Hold on. Whoop! No, not that far. No. What? Hey, don't go that far. Oh gosh. I want the mousy one. Okay, back. All right. I don't want to go that far. All right.
Oh, having a bear and a bee meeting, I see. What are y'all watching?
Okay. Now I gotta try to get. I want to try to get it just so that we can see what it
Pause.
says on that box. I paused it, but what does that say? Monkeys. It says sea monkeys. And is that a monkey? And what's next to
It's
it?
a penguin on top.
Is it a penguin? All right, that's a penguin in a what? A cat? What is that?
That's
Sitting
a
on a
mouse
box of
and
sea
a
monkeys.
duck.
A mouse and a duck? That's a duck? A mouse and a duck and sea monkey. Wait a minute. Are they trying to say that the duck is alive and he's sitting on a box of sea monkeys? That the duck took. Wait a minute. I think I see what's going on here.
Ducks
Are
eat
you
sea monkeys.
inferring? Are you inferring that the duck took the sea monkeys? All right, so that's a mouse and a duck. So Mousy, not only did she box up apparently on dry land, and there's water in that box. If that box isn't moist, we've got dead monkeys. What do you think, JuJu? I don't see this as exoneration. It may indicate you more than Mrs. Cassandra.
Yeah.
Do you think? Is she throwing herself on the proverbial duck sword?
You know,
Yeah.
and interesting, earlier she said, I plead the fifth on the duck. And then
Shows us
this.
evidence that she is trying to get us to believe that that is the duck. That is the duck? Is that the duck? She's trying to say, look, she's saying the duck took the sea monkeys. But is that not a mouse right next to the duck, which would clearly indicate that you knew all about it?
/ help the duck?
Yeah, like, why are you... What's
the timestamp on this video? I'm real... Mousy, your timestamps and your video,
Okay, I am glad to see that Mippet is in the chat listening to all the evidence, and the whole case. She's on it. Okay, there. Judge Mippet, I think we need a restraining order. I think the mouse is gone too far. Too far.
Yeah.
Rocket Couch says, wait a minute. Are we jumping to conclusions here? Has the murdered duck's body been identified yet? No, it hasn't. Only the fact that Well, Mrs. Cassandra, which is why she's a suspect, she said it was dead and dead it drowned. But here we have Mousy saying, nope, the duck is alive and she is in cahoots with it in the sea monkeys. See, this is what happens. All her video evidence. Oh, she rescued the sea monkeys from yourself. You're the one who said you were feeding them to the better. How did you rescue them? Did you have like a moment of clarity, a little bit of self-conscious like awareness of what you were doing, and you decided to step back and save what little sea monkeys may or may not have been saved, like left, because like we've not seen them. We've seen no full-grown sea monkeys. Have you, Juju? No. I
No.
saw some specks of dust swimming around that might have been babies, but that was it. Okay. The duck slept with the sea monkeys on the first date. A few months later, we got donkeys. Oh, is that it? We got donkeys, so we can't actually identify sea monkeys anymore because they're all donkeys now. Hey, Skiz Crasher.
Commander 401 brings in an interesting point.
Yeah?
Actually, I think that's a Pikachu.
A Pikachu? Is it? That's not a duck. It's like a penguin then. Pikachu. Isn't that little claymation cartoon thing? Like those were brine shrimp. There is a small genetic difference according to Trans Science Toys. Oh, so you admit they weren't sea monkeys. I see. Oh, see that? She just admitted again. Then she did a whole video to show us baby sea monkeys, and they weren't sea monkeys. They were brine shrimp. Hey, Icarus. How you doing? Did the mouse rat her out? I think the mouse is ratting herself out, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the mouse Pokemon, I think. Is it? If it was yellow, it would be. I don't know.
Mousy, didn't your lawyer tell you to zip your lips?
Yes, you need a better lawyer. Or you need to listen to your lawyer. I mean, your lawyer. I have great respect for your lawyer, which he's not like misinterpreting the law and trying to defend guilty parties like I don't know what, with intimidation and harassment. But they did at least honor the cease and dismiss, and that has stopped. I will give them credit for that.
And your lawyer does on a regular basis try and back out, and then in the next stream will say, no, I am representing them. No, I'm not representing them.
Oh no, Mippet, she said, okay, so always Creaso maybe have to step down as defense attorney or sit second chair due to some in real life things going on right now. Like the receiving of a cease and desist and perhaps like identifying that your parties are guilty beyond belief. That might have been it, actually. But I digress. I
We can
digress.
always create for in real life it does come first, especially with this.
It does. It's in real life does. Yes. Because often I have opened up my DMs and go, oh man, no, not now. No, I can't. I can't do this right now. I can't. It's too funny. I start laughing maniacally like an insane person, and everybody starts looking at me like, I've lost it. It's too much. It's too much. Yeah.
Now the Rocket Couch comes in with more information. Pikachu is listed as the mouse Pokemon in the Pokédex.
It is, but he's yellow, and that is nothing on that box is yellow. Okay, so I do believe that AC is a great lawyer when she's defending worthy clients who listen to her and don't actually give us all the evidence and stop. And when they're not actually engaged in harassing the witnesses in the prosecution,
Always grateful
trying to do intimidation.
Some clients, they are running around. They will not stop talking.
Okay. This is good. This confession. Oh, rats from the mouse, and then the mouse is screwed. This is
Then Fish Nerd pops in with so is the nerd.
So you admit it. We're on to you. Yep.
That's the thing with Fish Nerd. He just spills it all.
Yep. He just spilled it all. You'll both will have to give the only way that this is going to actually end is a true confession. You have to allocate you have to allocate your crimes. In other words, you have to tell us step by step how it was done and what happened. and confess to everything, and we'll just drop it. But now that you've vindicated yourself on the duck, you
From
got a bigger
monkeys to
tail.
ducks.
You got a bigger tale to tell, because we kind of have it all figured out what you did with the sea monkeys. Because let's just face it, Mousy, you told us. You told all of us. You told all of YouTube what happened to them.
Over and over, she told
Over.
us.
Right. So we're pretty much. But now, now we need to know about the duck. Oh no, Fish Nerd ate the last piece of birthday cake. Well, that is a true confession, and I hope you don't get into too much trouble for that, but at least you confessed. Oh wait, she doesn't know any penguins. Like, what does that have to do with anything?
See, that's what they do. Bring
Now
in
they're throwing
another
a
character.
penguin. No seals, no penguins. We want to talk duck. You want to talk duck? We'll make a deal. If you don't talk duck, we don't got anything to say. What do you think, Juju? I'm out. Like, if you don't want to talk about what happened to the duck, the real deal, you want to exonerate Mrs. Cassandra, you need to tell us what happened to the duck, Mousy. You've clearly indicated yourself. That's your backyard. Those are your chairs. Those are your stuffed animals that you tried to say on me and Juju.
Sprinkles the bear. How could he?
Yeah, Sprinkles would never
Sprinkles
really.
didn't deserve
Yeah.
that.
And let's just talk about the stuffed animal abuse going on here. Trying to get them to do your dirty deeds. You know Sprinkles didn't agree to do this. What did you actually threaten Sprinkles with to get them to actually act like they were Claire Bear?
A seam
Like-
ripper.
A seam ripper, a wonky eye. Did you threaten them with images of the past where you had to sew their arm back on because they were loved too much? Like, and what about that poor bee? That bee does not look happy. That bee does not look like it wanted to do this.
Did you put honey on its wings?
That
Too sticky
made,
to fly away.
and she just admitted that that's her backyard. That's my backyard. She's admitting it. This is all a setup.
They offered him new stuffing.
We actually offered them. We threatened them. She threatened them with a sunburn. Oh my gosh. Like, oh my gosh.
Side note, I live next to a a doll hospital.
I was like, look, she actually offered him new stuffing. She's actually admitting to bribing them to cooperate. I don't know what's
Sprinkles
going on
is
here.
sunk so low that he needs new stuffing.
Can you believe
Sprinkles, buddy, we'll help you.
I know Sprinkles. Sprinkles, reach out. Sprinkles, there may be protection. I do believe that we can get you some protection, Sprinkles. I think there are laws that will protect you. Better laws than protecting the sea monkeys, that's for sure. Can you believe we went past 2 hours already? Can you? Oh my gosh. This just like, this has been the most fun. Like, I have to say, this is one of the most fun streams I do lately. Although I do love all of the ones I do. Everybody knows I love to talk a lot. I love streaming with Mrs. Cassandra when we do What the F, or everyone when we do AITs, or even talking with everybody when I do my true crime. And I love doing the challenge with Charlie and JL and Patrick. Yeah. But
This is just it's a totally different stream. That's why you like,
It is. I don't know. Should I even ask them if they want you to come back again? I don't know. I don't want
What
you
if
to
they
ever go away.
Then I'd be like, I'm coming back sooner.
I don't, you know what? It doesn't really matter what they say. We're going to do whatever the hell we want anyway. So,
You know why?
So-
We don't need outside validation.
we do not. I think that is like, and that is the most freeing thing anybody can have, actually. Be able to laugh at yourself and do what you want. After all, you got to live with it, right?
Exactly.
Charlie Polkman's son. That's the name of the duck? Oh my God. I don't know.
That is my backyard.
I don't know. This is like, anyway, I guess to kind of wrap that part of this show up, we'll just say that we hope that the guilty parties will extend the olive branch we're sending out, that if we see the true confession with all parties involved admitting their part, let's say on a community tab or a general post somewhere that can be published, that we will be able to bring back next week and publish for everyone, we could drop the investigation for now.
Commander 401, what you
You
added
did.
was fantastic.
It was, Commander. Thanks for playing. I hope you had a good time. I hope you enjoyed yourself in the chat in just getting along with everybody and adding stuff back and forth.
Penguins will love chocolate covered. Well, now I'm suspicious of Commander.
Because Commander is bringing the penguins in. You know, she's got a lot of penguins on her channel. A lot of her videos, yes, she's got that whole penguin thing going on. I don't know. Mrs. Cassandra just did a big at us. What is
Mrs.
this?
C.
What? We showed the evidence that Mousy put up, which clearly doesn't really, well, it kind of exonerates you because it points the finger more at her, but it raises a lot more questions. Look, I tried, Mrs. C. Look at that. Look at, they're in cahoots together. That kind of makes me think it's all made up. What do you think? What do you guys think in the chat?
I'm suspicious of the whole lot of them.
I'm telling you, low chat, weigh in on this. Am I reading too much into this? Look, she says poof, and this one says, I tried, Mrs. C. Sleep never ducks on a first date, apparently. There is also some speculation as to motive. Some are suggesting that drying the sea monkeys out was an experiment to force them to evolve into normal monkeys. Where did you hear this? Is this on the dark web?
He's like, I read it on the back of my ice cream machine.
It came with the last check. It was written in quotes, say this, and written on the back of the last check he got. Yeah, from those. Yeah. Rocket Couch brought the duck into this. Yes, he
Look,
did.
the judge is weighing in.
He did. He did bring it in. But Mrs. Cassandra, you're the one who said it was dead and it was drowned. And we want to know how you knew that. And Mippet, you're right. Judge Mippet says Mousy pretty much admitted to most of everything. Exactly. So all we need is an allocation, an allocate. How do you say that? Always Creative needs to help me with that word. But do you know what the word I'm starting to say when they when they have to say what they did in order for the charge to go away, like and accept the guilty plea, whatever. That word.
Allocution?
Allocution, exactly. That word. I don't know why I was saying the other word. Okay. But that is the word. Yeah, that's the legal term for what they need to do. And yes, an allocution. Yes, exactly. Not an execution. Or anything like that. Not an electrocution, no. Because it needed help and somebody helped it, so assumed dead. No, what do you mean if they helped it, assumed dead? You see, that's why you're suspicious. This is why, look at this. Because he said it needed help and nobody helped it, so assumed dead. But you said drowned. You were specific. Elocution. Thank you. Thank Charlie for the win. Elocution. Elocution. Yes.
We got there.
You guys are so elegant. Yeah, eloquent. We are. Thank you, Icarus. Another great word. Eloquent. I like that.
All right, Mousy, we'll be watching your community tab.
Oh no! Mousy is sending another box over to the commander. Of brine shrimp? Chocolate covered, I assume? The plot. You see? You see, she can't help herself.
And right here in chat, in front of the judge is here.
Right in front of the judge. Not phonics. Word. I'll put that up there just for prosperity. Charlie, you're cracking me up. Well, thank you for the assist. Well, I don't know. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Could I put you on the spot, JuJu, and ask you if you join me next week for more of these? We got to wrap
Yeah,
this
let's
up.
do it.
Let's do it. I'll be back. I love giving kids candy. Do you have a van? Do you know my friend Sal? Yes, because
I think they're
wow,
parked behind the candy store down the street from me.
they are, and they've got my favorite handcuffs in there. I've got a special peg with my very own leopard skin, fluffy handcuffs back there. Here's a new one. The plot thickens. It does, Mippet. It's just getting worse. She's just confessing all over the place. Okay. You may be sentenced by death of elocution if you are successfully persecuted instead of prosecuted. It's a great play on words. Seriously, I love it. I love it. You know. Okay. Frishnid, I still say the duck filled with water and could not retain buoyancy. You seem to know a lot about the duck there, Frishnid.
Yep.
What did you witness? Do you have something to say? Would you like to give us a statement? Well, Mippet pretty much said that Mousy is actually indicating herself, but we're trying to figure out why you spoke on it first, Mrs. Cassandra.
Yeah. What don't we know?
I'm thinking of making a spoof video connected to this. I may or may not do it, but do I have permission as long as it's funny? I don't think anybody would object, but you would have to talk to the defendants as they're going to be the ones indicated in the crime more than anything. So if you could round up Mousy and Mrs. Cassandra and Fish Nerd, Rocket Couch, and even MC Record, they're all indicated. Okay. I don't have a problem with it. Do you, Juju? She can mention us. We're just doing the people's work here.
Yep. Truth and justice. That's all we're after.
We're just after the real deal. Like they just indicate, and we actually have to put up with threats and harassment and a little bit of abuse too.
Yeah. I mean, you've seen what they've done to us, Commander 401.
Oh. I don't know what that emoji is, Wrecker. What is it? It's like a sun. Oh, it's a sun peeking out of the clouds. I think. Is that what it is, Wrecker? I don't know. Okay. Just speaking as a mechanic, if the duck's watertight butt blew a seal, it would fill with pond water and eventually sink and drown. It's also a lovely play on words. Still trying to bring the seal into it. Do you see that, Juju? Why do ducks float? Because they're made out of wood. And why do witches burn? Because they're made out of wood. What?
I'll put this one up on screen. Okay, so meeting tomorrow at 4:30 to get all our stories straight.
Wait a minute. We got to put that up. This is saved for prosperities. Okay. And Mippet has good advice for everybody. Undies on the outside, everyone. Yes. Says so we know who you are. Okay. Oh, little squid. He's really cute, little squid. I hope nothing ever happens to little squid. Well, now I'm
better.
Yeah, nothing better. Mine was all assumptions. There's no evidence. I did anything. I assumed it drowned. No one knew how to help it. Her own statements. Nobody else was talking about the duck. And Rocket Couch mentioned the duck, and Mrs. Cassandra took over the story. We want to know how she knew what she knew. It's a simple question, but the more she digs in and refuses to talk to authorities about it, we have to keep her on the suspect list. It's a simple statement, Mrs. Cassandra. Come in for questioning. We may have to dedicate 30 minutes to questioning at the next Sunday show.
All right, we'll prepare.
We'll have to prepare. We're going to have to get a statement from that Grace case, see what she knows. Mrs. Cassandra said this is all just, circumstantial and she can explain it. So we should ask her a few questions.
Well, we all know circumstantial evidence is evidence.
It is evidence, circumstantial evidence. Look what happened to Alex Murdaugh. No DNA, no murder weapon. He's going away for life.
But we all know he did it.
Yep. That Grace case, I know you're right there. I'm just joking, Grace. Come on. Remember what Mippet said. Undies on the outside. Okay. Why do rogues wear leather armor? Because leather is made out of hide. Ah! That's a good one, Icarus. Yeah.
That is a good one, Icarus.
Oh. Yep. Little squid eats fish flakes, ground fine. Do not feed the sea monkeys to the squid. Please.
Squid would never.
No. I don't know. The squid doesn't know. It's like food. You could, what if she doesn't feed it for a day and then it just would eat anything?
Yeah, Squid
Like,
would do
no. Yeah. You stole that joke, Icarus. It was good. It was steal worthy.
Look at this confession. I'm going to be paying restitution to a bunch of sea monkey relatives.
And why would that be if you're not guilty? Like you
Oh
have
my-
to, like, see, you're admitting it, but then you're saying that we don't have any. Like, you just I want to see that confession up on the community tab. Let's just put this to an end right now. Wait a minute. You tried to feed. Oh my God, they make them burp. How would you know they make them burp? Oh my God, Mousy. Mousy! God, you know what? I'm gonna contact every sea monkey seller in the area and say, do not sell her any more eggs. She's feeding them to other aquatic animals. Like she's raising them for food. He told you. Oh, now she talks to the aquatics. Okay. All right. He told her.
We'll see. We'll see.
Oh,
We'll see
wait,
what comes
wait.
up on your community tab.
That was a cephalopod fart, not a burp. You guys are too funny. You're making me laugh. I think Mousy has a stream after this, doesn't she?
She does have a stream in 20 minutes.
Oh. Sorry. Did
So
that
we'll
come
see
through?
what
I was looking for Mousy's stream. My channel attacked me.
Fish Nerd's confessing he raises them for food.
Really?
Cass can't find an attorney anymore.
What? Oh,
She's been fired as a client.
you've been fired as a client? Oh, I'm sorry, but you know what? If you had just come in and gave your testimony, like this wouldn't be like this. Okay, everybody, here is the link to Mousy's supposed live, where I'm sure she'll spill more evidence in confession in regards to the crime. So if you're interested in making some documentation for the prosecution, head on over there. We're done. Because remember, you really all, everything you see, if it's the truth, and you want to let us know. I mean, you all working for the side of justice and truth here, Yeah, see you in 20. Yeah, Mousy, I'm sure you will, because we're gonna go over there, and we just so you know. Now
We're watching. We're always watching.
Want to talk to Squid about this burping sea monkey stuff. Oh wait, Mippit, did this get settled out of court? I haven't got the paperwork. No, she hasn't settled out of court, because all we're asking for is her elocution. I said it right. Yay, bear! Oh, can I say it again?
But did you see Mousy's response?
Yeah.
Mippet, I think you should be getting it, but we've asked it be filed under seal.
Oh no, yeah, but we would have been able to read it, and we don't have it yet. She has not elocuted yet. She has not, Mippet. So don't let her fool you. I don't see it. Yeah.
Mippet,
Thank
you will
you.
be informed as soon as anything appears on that community tab.
Yep. Of course, we're going to have to bring it in, and hopefully we will find enough about the doc too to actually seal this up. Not seal this up. Close it up. Forget the seal. I don't want the seal involved. Fish Nerd, they just threw it in there as a distraction, and Mousy's reusing it, which shows that they're in cahoots together about this. They got the same plan going in their head.
No, Rocket Couch is adding the squid. No, that's it, everyone.
No, save that squid. We're out of here now. You're all threatening the lives of the squid. Like, this is not cool. This is not cool. Thanks for the subbing over there to Mousy, Commander. You'll like it. It's a very calm chat when they're not talking about eating sea monkeys or feeding them to other fish. Yeah. But, it's some of the same people that are here in the chat. And it's a smaller channel, and it's about fish. Most of it, yeah.
It's about fish, but I mean... It's fun.
I know that's a fact. Seals can't be blown and elocute at simultaneously. It's impossible, Sleet. I understand. I am accusing you of red herring, Fish Nerd. Actually, it's not an accusation, it's a statement. I believe the prosecution has proved that you are in on this with her. Her number one alibi. You are repeating false statements and trying to deflect the issues. Oh, you meant the sea monkey payoffs. Yeah, maybe. There we go. All
Number
right.
4 one, have you thought of having someone accuse you of killing an aquatic
Fish.
animal? Because
Yes. Because apparently that kind of drums up the subs. Like we're doing good. Yeah, we're doing good. I'm getting hate mail from saying I'm picking on the poor fish person. Like, I'm not picking on the fish person. This case was brought to me by the fish person, by the way. Yeah. Everybody should subscribe to all of the channels. Commander's channel, Gray's Case, everybody. Mippet. They all have great channels. JuJu Bee, my friend here, who's entertained us for 2.5 hours. That's it, JuJu. We're at 2.5. We're going to cut it. I can't believe we talked for 2.5 hours.
I know. I have that effect on people.
I love it, though. It's like, I love it. I got to hang out with more people that talk as much as I do. It's a lovely way to spend an evening. But thank you. And I have no idea what we talked about. I'm going to have to replay this to find out what the hell happened.
I know. That's the beauty of it. You're like, where did we go and what occurred?
What occurred? And I'm going to like, yep. Again, so much better than what you used to do on Sunday. Bears repeating. Thank you. I am lightening up, like taking it easier on the weekends has been really good for me. Yep.
I actually think it is great for you because you cover a lot of serious stuff.
Yeah. Listen, we're getting actually accused of this being pre-recorded so we could get away with all sorts of shenanigans. Yeah, you don't want to know what I would be doing if this was pre-recorded instead of this.
Exactly.
You know? Yeah.
Nice long pre-recorded stream.
Oh, I do. I know. I love when John is here too, Mrs. Cassandra. He's been really busy. Hopefully he can come soon. Maybe we could do an AIT or have a Sunday thing with him. We also have a request to bring others up. We are going to have to do this questioning. There are 3 people we're going to have to talk to. 4 people we're going to have to talk to next week.
All right.
Give them like 10 minutes, 5 minutes each, maybe 5 minutes. But actually 6, maybe 5 of you. I don't know. But you all know who you are, right? Or do you want me to mention your names in public? Mm-hmm.
No, let them stew on it.
Let them
see
stew
what that
on who they are. But
up.
Yep. Well, I don't know about shenanigans not being involved. There are 2 people that need to answer questions from shenanigans. Mrs. Cassandra, you being the prime suspect in the duck missing. I wouldn't say that shenanigans isn't involved. Maybe your co-host Carly isn't, because I haven't heard anything from her, but maybe we need to talk to her too. I don't know. I doubt it's
Racket Couch, I have a solid alibi. I don't
for
need
some
a pre-recorded
reason,
stream.
JuJu Bee has been on both days when I was watching something about that case, and I can't help the pre-recorded stream jokes. I know. Yes, but everybody knows I hate video, so you know I ain't up here pre-recorded. I know, Grace.
Everyone knows I don't plan.
Right, and that's why we have this wonderful no plan stream that is now at 2 minutes 29 seconds and 2 hours 29 minutes and 58 seconds.
2:30, we shut it down.
2:31, 2:30 and 5 seconds. We're out of here.
Have a great
good
night.
See y'all next week, whether you like it or not.
And go to Mousie's stream.
Go to Mousie's stream. We'll razz you some more if you feel like it. And don't forget to sub Shenanigans, Grace Case, and Mrs. Cassandra, and Carly over there, Mippet, Commander 401, Rocket Couch, everybody. Who else has a channel in here? Come see Charlie and I on Thursday doing the challenge. Mousy Files. We're going to go over there now. Fish Nerd, are you doing content? I don't know. It's like...
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. Anyone else? If I left you out, it's not intentional. Of course, Wrecker. But everybody knows I promote the heck out of Wrecker all the time on Kick. Doing music theory every night. Probably doing that tonight. Maybe some gaming in a little while. I'm not sure. I'll let him speak for himself. I don't like to speak for him. But also his rap covers over there on his channel that he does once a month that are pretty good. But yep. And if you do that video, Commander, I look forward to a sneak peek. You should get it cleared by the court because it's probably going to end up being evidence. So just say it. Just say it. On that, thanks, Juju. This was so much fun. Thanks for making my Sunday like hella pleasant.
Thanks for
Hella,
having me,
hella
Claire,
pleasant.
and chat.
Yeah. And are you streaming this week?
Yes, Friday night. That's the plan.
Friday night. Okay, Thursday night shenanigans. Friday night. JuJu Bee. Wednesday and Sunday from Mousy Files. Commander puts out and Mipit puts out content like sporadically. I'll be streaming Monday and Tuesday for True Crime this week. A double header. Lots going on. Wrecker will be
Monday
every
and
night.
Tuesday, you said? Okay.
Yeah, Monday and Tuesday, both evening streams. And then Thursday we'll be doing the challenge again, the worst remake, and I'll be doing that with Charlie Welsh and with J.L. Warren from A Bridge Divide and Week in Horror, and also with Patrick the Great. I believe we're going to be on Patrick the Great's channel this week. That's usually 6:30 Eastern. That's what it was. I think it still will be. And we'll see you over there. Hopefully. Did I forget anybody for doing the week? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
If I did, please know it's not intentional.
Yeah, I was like, if you did, you didn't mean it.
Yeah, I didn't, I'm not like that. Like, I don't do that stuff. Yes, cats, conspiracy cats. Patrick the Great is conspiracy cats. Yes, our friend. Cats. The mysterious cats. Who now wears shades like me. What do you think of that, Icarus? Like, I don't know. It didn't really hide his person. It didn't really hide him for long once they heard his voice. All right. So on that, we're out of here. Bye.
Good night, all.